Big up, ladies and gents. Welcome to the match review for what happened today. Obviously, not a great result, but a game nonetheless. First game back for Chelsea from international break. And unfortunately, it ends with Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. A bit of a disappointing one, ladies and gents, obviously, because we were winning. We had thought we got away with it with the last-minute winner there, and Chelsea's defense unfortunately fell asleep, and we conceded the victory right there. So we'll talk about it. We'll go over it real quick, a little review. I'm not going to tolerate crashing out. People be reasonable today. But also, let's talk about it. Let's see what's going to happen. But yeah, ladies and gents, be sure to smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new here as well. Check out the links in the description for more content, and be sure to check out the comment section. Leave your comment. Let us know your thoughts about everything that happened today, as well as checking out memberships. 4 different tiers starting at 99p. All right, as we usually start these off, I'm going to start off by, doing a little quick summary of today's match. Pretty much an interesting selection. Some may say a little too heavily rotated. Had a Gittins starting on the left, Pedro Neto on the right. Buonanotte that was starting this game with a Palmer on the bench to start the game off. Probably still, taking it slow to recover back from the injury he had just recovered from. We had Jarell Hato make his debut as a Chelsea player this season. I believe. I don't think we've seen him play yet. Right in the left back, or at least his first start at left back for Cucurella, who came back from international break as well. Probably needed some break. Chalobah, Tosin, Fofana also making his first start for Chelsea at right back of all places. Very interesting, and obviously Sanchez between the sticks. Yeah, ladies and gents. So Chelsea, for the most part, I think we're controlling the game. The game was going at our pace for most of it, and in moments and lapses of concentration, Brentford would look for the counterattack. And so there were moments where, Tosin blocked a strike. I think we had Sanchez come out, sweeper keeper at times. They were looking for the ball in behind, and unfortunately, eventually, all it took was a moment of lack of focus, and we concede a opportunity pretty much. Jordan Henderson pinging the pass over to Sade, who was there one-on-one with Tosin. Fofana was not with his man. It was Fofana's man. He should have been on him the whole time. And unfortunately, Tosin does the best he can. Player takes a shot. It deflects off Tosin, goes in behind the net, and Chelsea are down 1-0 in the first half, 35 minutes into the game. So, we create some chances. We get Enzo Fernandez from the corner hitting the post, and we had multiple chances that, unfortunately, unlucky for us, a good defensive block from Brentford didn't go anywhere. Second half, we see drastic changes made to the lineup. Fofana came out for Reece James, Hato for Cucurella, and Buonanotte, who came off for Tariq George, which Buonanotte was probably one of the better players in the first half. Very interesting decision from Maresca to leave Gittins on, who was nearly invisible for most of that first half. Didn't really do much when he got the ball. And Neto was doing just fine on the right wing. We're actually facilitating a lot through the right with Pedro Neto, and not really doing much with Gittins. But he stays on the pitch. Buonanotte comes off, Tariq George comes on and plays like a strike. Pedro comes down to about a 10. And we look like we're creating chances again. Second half, we continue it on. And from actually, we look a little more dangerous. Nothing really comes of it until Cole Palmer comes on. Gittins comes off, who probably should have been taken off at halftime. And as soon as Cole Palmer comes on, you start to feel the immediate impact. And Palmer gets in there and gets us the first goal. So I believe it was like a cross from Enzo to João Pedro. João Pedro heads it down, and a little bit of a volley. Cole Palmer strikes it. Brilliant goal. Cole Palmer now finally has an open play assist in the Premier League after going a long spell without one, and good for him. He gets on the scoreboard. Chelsea now back in the game, and Chelsea go for the second one. Obviously, we wanted to get all 3 points in this game, not just come out with a draw. This isn't the best Brentford side. This is a weakened Brentford side, so we should be getting results. And some changes need to be made. João Pedro comes off. Alejandro Garnacho comes on with 10 minutes left to the game. And obviously, I'm a little nervous because I'm not a fan of Garnacho, but Garnacho actually makes an impact. Cuts inside, ball dribbles into the box, and Caicedo, given enough time, shoots it, and brilliant goal. Absolutely brilliant, screaming goal from Caicedo, who didn't, in my opinion, have the best performance today than he usually has, but still a solid performance. And we're up 2-1. It's fantastic. It's 85 minutes into the game. We're thinking just lock it up, make sure we're not making any silly mistakes, no more substitutions. So we have a little bit of a scare there with Sanchez holding his hamstring. Hopefully, we're hoping it doesn't need to be subbed off or something like that, but he holds out. And unfortunately, I believe it was a set piece, but regardless, not a good sequence of play that leads to a cross into the far post, goes through everyone, bounces into the box, and Carvalho, who came on, was there to put it away, and Chelsea lose they don't lose, but Chelsea draw in stoppage time. Not enough time to do anything, create anything. I believe, and I got to rewatch it, guys, but I believe Garnacho was also the man who was supposed to be marking that Carvalho goal. So we'll look it over, but yeah, overall, there was good things about today's game, but it was a throw-in. Thank you. There was good things about today's game, and there was obviously the result being the worst part, drop points. So I guess we'll go to Ahmed first. Ahmed, your thoughts on today's match and any questions, comments, concerns, all that fun stuff. You already know how we could do this.
I think I can sum up this game quite nicely, actually, and it's the worry that I had this season with Maresca, in my personal opinion, that I think you're well aware of, because I spoke about it actually in the last game too, right? Which is that when we don't play a bunch of these players, right? We don't maybe sub these guys on when we're up, or we don't actually try to implement these guys as substitutes, to actually get them customized to the team, customized to the system a bit more in real minute times. Yeah, I feel like this is what happens. This is kind of what you see what happens, right? Because they come into the game, their first game of the season, the managers made a lot of changes, right? And so essentially, there's a bunch of these guys all together here who have zero chem. Bernato's not played any of these guys. This is Hatter's first game of the season, essentially, that he started. Right? Who's the other guy? Gittins. This is only his second game of the season, if I'm not mistaken, where he started. João Pedro and Pedro obviously have started together, right? Enzo, Caicedo, yes, they've started. But you see all these other guys that I'm mentioning, right? Fofana's first game of the season too. This is literally his first game of the season. He's since injury. And so they don't have any match. These guys don't have any, what's the word I'm looking for? Any match sharpness, right? And so and so for me, I just look at some of these moves, and I'm like, this, guys like Fofana should not necessarily be starting, right? And so for me, the integration issue is one of my biggest problems with Maresca at times. There'll be players that he doesn't want to start, then there'll be because he believes they don't suit his system, right? Which I don't think obviously occurs in currently, but some of these guys, bro, I'm just like, why these guys have not played for us just yet, bro? Should we be throwing them into the wall straight away, right? In my personal opinion, and right, I look at Gittins. Why is Gittins starting this game, for example? We've seen that he's not ready yet. He's going to need a bit more time integrating, right? Right? Why is he starting? Why not start Tariq Jordan that wing? You know what I mean? You at least, you bring him off the bench, you give him minutes that way, right? And you have to implement them that way. The problem is, throwing them straight in, particularly a lot of these younger players, you are setting them up to fail, right? Whether we like to admit or not, you're setting up Gittins to fail, right? In the way you're playing right now, having a guy like Trevor Chalobah behind him who barely puts any passes into him, right? And people can criticize Gittins all they want. Gittins was making runs, but Chalobah was not putting the ball into him over the top, right? Wasn't seeing the vision. Enzo actually had once or twice was able to see that and put the thing into it, right? But we can't do that, bro. We cannot keep doing that. I think my other problem, my other problem is Tosin and Chalobah, right? My big problem with them both is that I feel like at times Tosin and Chalobah can be very passive, if that makes sense, right? There was a good example I'll give you. Both of them, Chalobah and Tosin, at times they have the ability to be a bit passive at times, right, and not switched on, if that makes sense. I'll give you a good example that I remember all of us remember. In the first half, you remember that their striker Thiago, right? The ball's over the top. Tosin's watching the ball. Chalobah's on the other side watching the ball. But their striker is able to get the touch, flicks it forward and gets into Kevin Sade, who is able to make that shot which Sanchez saves, if you remember. Right? That's a good moment right there. Another moment. Chalobah will make in the second half. Chalobah made a great tackle, for example, right? But then he switches off, right? And then he goes in for like a throw-in for them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like for me...
I remember the first half. Like, they was very passive in the first half, especially. Like, the through ball...
Yeah, I just genuinely think this... I think the way I look at it is that there's just times where they're a bit too passive, right? And not switched on. That's what I think the issue was about centre-backs today. I think my problem with Fofana, with what happened to him in the first half, is that a top centre-back that we pay 75 million for, rightly or wrongly, should not be making that mistake, Marshall. He should at least be saying man on. He should be telling Tosin man on. Doesn't tell Tosin.
That's the thing I never
That's
get.
what I'm saying. No communication there from the... again, he's meant to be the top centre-back for us. He does not communicate with the CCB, right? And then Tosin, he just sees Kevin Sade exists now on that side, and all he can do is go towards him. And I think, listen, I've always been of the view, where we want to get to the end of the season, we'll be fine with the CBs we have. And I still stand by that claim, by the way.
Christian, your thoughts?
Oh, sorry,
I thought you finished.
No. I just think for me, they just need to stop being passive enough. And I also need to look at Maresca and I'm being like, listen, whether we like to admit or not, Achimpong needs to be getting minutes there, Marshall, right? I don't know if you agree with that or not, but I think Achimpong... I
don't mind.
He needs to start getting minutes in here, bro, because he's going to be at least effective enough in getting balls forward, and he's a good up-and-coming centre-back. And I think he provides us...
in that game, you don't see that many bounces behind the defense.
That's what I'm saying.
You see them being a little bit more alert because...
Yes.
I mean, even at right back today, you have the option of Achimpong that can invert into the back of the three. Like, I understand, and I agree with you to an extent. Like, I think Maresca needs to be criticized right now for the integration, right? Listen, at some point they do have to play. I understand that. Like, I'm not criticizing him for that, but you had Hato, you had Fofana, you had Buenanote, Gittins. Like, Gittins, who we still haven't even seen him really play at a high enough level to deem to start, in my opinion. So I think that's too many players you're trying to integrate. Maybe one or two, but up to four. I think that's where you start having some chemistry issues, which we saw today with the amount of times
what was Cucurella's excuse maybe not to start? Was it like he came late?
It must have been because this is the thing. Like, I'm willing to caveat the selection to an extent due to potentially, okay, fine, a lot of players coming back from international duty a little late, and you need to rest some legs. Next game, if we see something like this, I'm gonna start asking some questions as to like the integration. Like, why are we trying to force this? Let's play our best players. We do have Bayern coming up as well. Like, that's gonna answer a few questions. But do you know what I would say to you, Marshall, if I may, before we go to Chris and get his opinions, right? Why didn't you just do what I think what most managers would have done? You still start the vast majority of your strongest team. You play them 60 minutes, bro. You get a job done in 60 minutes. You go for that. You put a lot of your work in the first half. Go 1 or 2-0 up in the first half. Then you obviously make sure everything's secure by the 60th minute, and then you swap players, right? I think for me that way, yes, you give your players rest,
but at least they played for you to make sure you're guaranteed that win, right? You actually killed two birds with one stone there. Allow an integration because your team's up and you can make those changes, and you're in a winning position too. That's the best way I would put it.
Yeah, Chris, what are your thoughts on today's game?
I think you both obviously had good points. I view it as like obviously we just bottled the 3 points. We had it in our hands. Like,
Yeah.
Obviously, first half we was not great. Like, we was just holding the ball, a bit wasteful at times. I thought like we had a lot of shots, but we didn't really make a lot out of it. We created a few good chances. There's only a few good handball players I could say played well today. Like for me, I thought Enzo was really good today. He was like everywhere. He was passing, he was creating. I thought it was definitely his best performance this season. I thought like CONCEDE was still alright. He did get a goal. He got the win. Well, almost a winner until we bottled it. I thought Neto was fine. Gittins, it's like the players like I thought most of our defense was like poor, obviously because like Fofana, he's just came back from a long injury and this is his first start. Yeah.
WJC.
It's his first start and yeah, he got subbed off at like what 45 minutes, like for good reason, probably because he didn't feel like he is I don't know, adjusting that well yet. Like, and he did play on the right back as well. But yeah, same with Hato as well. Like, he didn't really seem to be doing a whole lot this game as well, going forward, like what Cucurella would do. So yeah, like the whole defense was pretty poor as well. I don't think Sanchez was bad. I thought he did a good save today, actually.
Yeah.
Both the goals I can't blame him for because like
I can't blame him for that at all.
The first goal we conceded
Sanchez kept us in the game.
Honestly, listen.
I'm gonna be honest.
You see, honestly, Marshall. Yeah, I actually think if you start to anyone that talks about Sanchez this game is being dishonest. I'm gonna be honest with you, Marshall.
It is a bit crazy because like the first goal was low driven and it deflected. Actually, the first goal was the deflection. So
the dribbler where he kind of swipes at it wide.
It hit
then
Tosin's
there
leg.
was
and then the free goal where they threw it in and they just slotted
the
it
header
in.
that kind of just bounced in. And then there was
remember
the cross that came in and he intercepted it.
No,
like,
I thought he did well, and
yeah,
both the goals he conceded was just nothing on him. It's just on our defense because I felt like the second goal especially, like there was too many men on one guy basically, and then even Garnacho, he was like watching his man and you just let him through, and they scored. Yeah. I don't know to really blame him or even Reece James on that as well, and too many men on one player, I remember. And like they said about the first half as well, we just let them through too easily, like, and our defenders were quite passive, for sure. But for me, the only good players today as well, like João Pedro, his link up was still good. He didn't really get any good chances except for that one chance where I think it's Buonanotte, or how do you say his name again?
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte.
You know what? I want to make your Chris' life easier, Chris. Let's say Facundo. Facundo is easier.
Facundo, yeah. Yeah, but like Facundo, like he was good in that first half, but like I thought it was a bit too early subbing him off because to me he was our best attacker in that first half for sure. Like he was doing all of the passing, the simple passes, and just getting to the right spaces for me. He was, and Gittins weren't showing much. Even Neto in the first half wasn't showing a whole lot, but it just felt like him or João Pedro with the link up and all that. And Cole Palmer for me definitely changed the game when he came on. That goal, he could have got two. And there's that moment where he went on the left side. We took on like two players and crossed it in. I don't know who he crossed it to, but yeah, like that could have went in as well. But I always felt like it's gonna be a tough game because I think this is our third 2-2. With Brentford in the last 5 games now, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that is like
but
what I remember now.
This is a different Brentford side.
I know. It's definitely we like I said, we bottled it. We should have won today. Our defense let us down today, and I think our defense has been pretty good this season. But today our defense let us down. But that's partly reason probably no Cucurella and no even like Reece James or Gusto on the right. I feel like they would have been better, obviously to start off, but. Yeah, I just one of those games, eh? We're still undefeated, I guess, but
yeah,
it's drop points. We should have got those points today.
Exactly.
It's very annoying.
This should be points in the game, in the bag. This should be the part of the season right now where, we should be getting as many points as possible, and then we have Liverpool coming up, United next week. Like, we need to have positive performances. We can't be dropping points like this, in my honest opinion.
You know what I was going to say, Marshall? Like, you and I think everyone here probably has the same expectation, right? I think this season, our natural expectation this season was that We get the 80-point marker probably, finish them up between third place comfortably. We reach that point of like, you know, we're consistent in the league, right?
That's,
you don't agree?
That's not what I want. No, I want to.
You want to compete. So you're above me, but my opinion,
we're not there. For me, we're not there.
But for me, I've always said this season, in my personal opinion, should have been the consistency season, right? You know my thoughts, right? And games like these is where,
you're saying,
yes, and get the 80 points that win. I think again, 80 points is key because we've not done that in the last 5 years.
I agree. I agree with that.
Right. So for me, that's the aim, right? And I think my problem always is, I look at games like this and I'm just like, you know, Maresca, bro, I feel like, you know, you need to be a bit more better in understanding, I think, your squad and realizing that you can't really necessarily do A team, B team, right? I think last year when we were in the Conference League, the reason why we were able to swap players so much is because the Conference League, with all due respect, I know Marshall cooked before he was, it's a trash league, bro. Conference League is trash. You can do that because the level of competition you have on your bench is always going to be whoever you're going to do. But but the reality is when you've got UCL, when you've got this one, you have to be able to know how to do stuff, how to make stuff work effectively. That's my only thing with him. All right. I know that my thing is also, and the thing that worried me the most, Marshall, was that, do you know about the Josh King goal, right? The Josh King goal, the way that he scored it on us, right? Where all he had to do was just cut and then shoot and it was in. That happened again with Kevin Schade again, even though yes, he did get deflected. That was the same move, got hit on us again, and that worked. You know what I mean? First time is a mistake. Second time, it becomes a pattern, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want to be seeing that for a third time, Marshall, where the way to beat Chelsea, goal. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want that to be the method to score. And the thing is, both of them happened on Tosin too, Marshall. Funnily enough, that's ironic, by the way. Like, you know, Tosin twice as well.
I just read what you just said.
So yeah, it was. I think we were fielding a set piece. I think.
So you see here, Marshall. I want you to start.
Chalobah misses the tackle right here.
Yeah, that's fine though. I don't mind Chalobah missing. I don't mind Chalobah missing the tackle there.
I mean,
again, he's being aggressive. You've got another centre back behind you, Marshall. It's fine. The problem becomes here, right here, because he's the one that's gonna hit the ball, right, Marshall? Correct? He's the one that hits the ball. Look,
who is that?
It's Jordan Henderson. I can't. No, this is Jordan.
Jordan Henderson makes the pass, but then look, he hits the pass, but look at Fofana. Fofana is not communicating because Tosin's watching the ball. Fofana is not communicating to Tosin. Kevin Schade is on the way, baby. Kevin Schade he's not communicating, and because of that, look, he allows it to go past him, and Kevin Schade is basically free.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that.
That's fundamentally it. And the problem is, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Tosin has no agility. What I mean by that is that he's not gonna. The way he's able to turn, he's not gonna be able to turn fast enough here to allow himself to challenge Schade here. He hasn't got that skill set, I'm afraid, boys. Physically, that's just the reality, bro. You know what I mean? Like this, we need to understand the type of centre back that we have. Right? Yeah. He puts a foot in here morning zombie.
It's just where
if he puts a foot in here, right? no cap, boys. If he puts a foot in here, it's a pen. I'm not even joking, by the way. If he puts a foot in here, it's a pen.
Like
it's a pen.
Tosin's doing the best he can at this situation, but like in my opinion, like Fofana should have been in a better position to really, you know, be marking him. Like I understand we've seen Fofana play at right back today, but I don't know. The only thing I can think of is international break. Obviously, Reece James played 2 games. I don't know where Malo Gusto was, to be honest.
What's happened to Gusto too? That's not a good question.
I don't understand what's happening to Gusto.
Unless Gusto is about to play. My thing is, the only theory I'm having currently is that I think he's planning to play Gusto against Bayern. I think that's probably what I'm good at assuming is going to happen. Gusto's going to play right back against Bayern, and then he's going to play Reece James in the midfield. I think that's just the only logical solution.
Wait, do you think Enzo play like in a 10 role then?
I think it's going to be Enzo Palmer. Yeah, it'll be like Reece James in the midfield with Caicedo, and then it'll be Enzo Palmer in the middle. I think that's probably what's going to happen, right? I think
Yeah,
that's
I'll be
the
real.
issue.
Like both our left wingers
Yeah.
right now are just not that great, so I'll play Nell on that left side.
There's another thing I think I forgot to mention, Marshall. I apologize. I know I'm talking way too much now, but there's a big thing I do want to talk about, Marshall, right? And that is that I think Maresca, it's time to have the conversation with him, which is that, brother, you have been given tools. Whether or not they're good enough or bad enough, I don't care, bro. You know what I mean? Mark Gui has been there's a reason why I'm going to talk Mark Gui here. Yeah, Mark Gui was given to you, irregardless of the matter. If the club could not bring another backup striker, etc., etc., he is now a part of this team. You need to. I don't care what anyone's going to say to me. You need to make it work, right? And my thing is, yeah, in the second half in particular, Marshall, we went back to the same formation that we played, yeah, for the last 3 games. Right? Because he realized, oh shit, this is not working. Let me go back to what I do best, right? In the last 3 games, that has worked to me in the last 3 games. And I just look at that, and I'm like, Tariq George is not effective enough, yeah, in that 2-man formation as a 9. He's just not effective enough. We need to be he's more effective, Tariq George, on the wing. I don't understand why you're not playing Tariq on the wing over Gittins. Yeah, Tariq should be playing on the wing, right? Because I think he's going to be way more effective there. He's been way more effective for Maresca, right? On the wing, and Gui has to play there. Whether I like to listen, I may not rate Gui. You may not rate Gui. I personally do rate Gui, by the way, but like you may not rate Gui. But the reality is, guys, if you want to get the best out of João Pedro and we want to use a striker, it's time to bring the striker that we've got now.
Wait, who did we loan him to again, by the way? Because he didn't even really play minutes for them.
He went to Sunderland, bro.
But like, even Sunderland didn't like rate to start him either.
Like, I read Maresca's comments today. He was like, I wanted to give
Maresca
confidence.
Yeah, but I'm like, I feel like for me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like to say this about Maresca. I do feel like that was a little bit of a cop out, bro. I feel like it's a little bit of a cop out there, with all due respect. And I know I'm being very critical of Maresca here. It's only because I feel like he can do better. That's the problem. I know that he can do better. He's shown us that he can do better here. It's just about being, doing the job that just needs to be done here.
I just think, like, I'd like to say when Maresca, like, I did think he made, like, a couple of mistakes today, but, like, the quality, like you say about, like, he's been given the tools, it's all about the quality of those tools as well. Like we all said as well, I think we all wasted, like, 90 million on 2 wingers where I feel like Neto could just play there anyway, and Palmer, and, well, I really wanted Xavi Simons as that 10, but, I don't know, Benute, or what's his first name again? Shit. I'm going to get used to it, but, like, what's the point? Because
you said it right.
Oh, did I? But, yeah, like, I don't know about Gittins. Like, Gittins is, like, not looking the greatest right now, and our track record with Bundesliga players to Chelsea now at this point is not the greatest. And Garnacho, and we know what Garnacho.
I'm sorry, Chris. Oh no, I was gonna say something to Chris because I wanted to.
I just think the quality. The only real good quality signing we made this season for me is João Pedro. That's probably.
I'm gonna slightly rebuttal Chris a little bit.
Hato, sorry, Hato.
I'm gonna rebuttal Chris a little bit in the sense that I think from the 45 minutes that we saw Benanote, I don't think I really do not think that losing out to Xavi Simons is going to look as bad if we can get this much of consistency from Buenanote
honestly,
over the course of the season.
I have to say,
Buenanote is one of the positives that came out of this game. I'll be so real with you.
Yes.
And I wasn't doubting it really at any point. I wanted to obviously see the player play, and I think there is a promising player there. But I think one of the mistakes because today's game, I'm not going to put entirely down on the manager. I do think we had a plethora of chances to make something happen. I do think taking off Buenanote at halftime was a mistake. And I do also think not having Guiu, at least as a bench option, was another mistake, right? So I can't entirely blame it on Maresca, but at the same time, players, you need to put away chances when you have them, right? Like Cole Palmer did have a chance today that could have put us ahead by more, right? We end up getting a Caicedo goal when Garnacho comes on, right? And then we do have moments in the defense where we were just fucking asleep today. Like, let's be real. Like, this should not have happened. I don't think Wesley Fofana should have been starting. You should have had Gusto or see if Reece could do the job. Like, I also, again, I can't put too much onus on it because yeah, we just came back from international break. Reece played every single minute of it. I don't know Goose's situation. I don't think he did, but it's a little bit of both. And obviously, I want to hear from CP as well because he's been patiently waiting.
Raging.
I hope not. CP, are you there?
He's raging.
Yeah.
No, okay.
I'm not raging, but that's unacceptable.
Of course.
That draw was fucking unacceptable, and I need to call out names. Some points I agree with Ahmed, some points I don't. So the ones I agree with Ahmed is, Josh Ashapong needs to be integrated to the squad because Marshall, you know this. I've said this since AC Milan. Tosin is what? Fucking flat-footed. He's so fucking flat-footed. Josh needs to be integrated. If we need to do this whole long ball thing, he's the person for the long run because Tosin's not good enough starting in, week out. Not saying he's a bad player, but he needs to be a rotation piece and not starting week in, week out. Second of all, Wesley Fofana. What the fuck? You have 5 games to show yourself or you can fuck right off because you've been so injury prone. I saw a stat where he's played less than 40 games in 3 years. In 3 years, that's how fucking injury prone he is. And I agree with Ahmed. That was your man. First of all, you lost your man. Second of all, call that you've lost your man and tell Tosin. What the fuck was that? That was on Wesley Fofana. Maresca. I first thought it was Marguerite being maybe ill or something. Why aren't you starting Marguerite? What is this? Because if you're going to play João Pedro in the 10 for a little bit before Palmer came on, which is fine. He did that last game too, and he's decent at that. Then play Marguerite. What are we doing with this Tyreek George? The other thing, Caicedo was decent. Enzo lost the ball at times, but gained the ball. Great creativity. I can't lie. He created some great chances. Yeah. Hato was not good today. Does not mean he's a bad player. But like I said in the comments too, fucking average. He made some tackles, but when on the ball, which is something he's supposed to be good at, he was losing the ball every time he had it. What the fuck?
He lost the ball twice that led to a very dangerous counterattack.
Exactly. Thank you, Marshall. Yeah. Then the other thing is, what Gittins, I'm sorry. This is where I disagree with Ahmed. Fucking try or get the fuck out. How am I getting more production in 10 minutes from Garnacho than I did from you from all fucking game? And he has been fucking average since Leverkusen when this fan base not hyped him up, but we saw the highlights and he was doing his thing, which isn't bad. But he's not taking on his man as much. He's so fucking passive aggressive compared to what Neto's doing. What are you talking about? I'm getting 2 different things from both sides. And if Esteval's not starting next week, which is fine, because rotation or whatever, I'd rather at this point, I saw more in Garnacho in 10 minutes taking on his man. And because he's the one, in a sense, who created that chaos for Caicedo's goal, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a good chance he made.
Which Gittins
he made a good chance, yeah.
What Gittins didn't do in 60 fucking minutes. And I can't believe I'm saying this.
Exactly.
So what the fuck? You've had an entire preseason with this club. We saw shooting tutorials of you in the off-season, fucking shooting the ball and whatever bullshit. And you were in part of Chelsea since the Club World Cup. You can't say
scored for Chelsea yet?
No, but I'm not saying in terms of he was part of our squad in terms of at the Club World Cup, but he joined during the Club World Cup and was at Cobham. So he's had those 2 preseason games.
I mean, look at Buonanotte, who recently just joined us, and he looked more fluid.
And Buonanotte, I'm sorry, he wasn't exceptional, but he was a 6. What he did for me is not lose the ball, but he did not create anything special for me. That's what I think. So that's why I think he was a 6, because he didn't lose the ball. Like, he would gain the ball at times. He kept the ball ticking.
But he was like,
you know what he showed. You know what he kind of the performance he gave me. What we criticize, Odegaard.
Sure. Yeah, I could see that.
That's what it gave me. That's why I called it a 6 because it was very safe, which is fine. At times. But we were
for your first start. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine at first, right? When we weren't 1-0 down. But when we were not 1-0 down, I needed you to take more risks. I'm sorry. And I'm going to go after Gittins one more time. You were so fucking bang average that João Pedro had to take your role at times. He had to drop in deep and come to the left because you were so fucking bang average at taking on your man.
I mean, don't you think that Maresca did take the risk, though, at halftime, but he just chose the wrong staff? because like he made 3 changes at halftime. That's a big. That's a bold
I'm
move.
I'm not saying Maresca. I'm saying Gittins and not taking on his man. I was so bang average that João Pedro had to drop into the left mid/left wing position because of how bang average you were at fucking taking on your man.
But you know, okay, so I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I will say to the defense of Gittins today, for example, right? To an extent, one of the few things I could say about Gittins today that just defends the performance or lack thereof is Chalobah on that left side fails to find his runs and fails to get the ball to Gittins enough for him to do much in the game. Like that first half, we went to Gittins maybe once or twice, and I understand like if you're losing possession of the ball, you're likely not going to get the ball for a good portion of the game. Once that started happening, you notice on the first half we were heavily, predominantly on Neto's right side. Like we were just trying our best through the right, or even sometimes in the middle with Buonanotte doing a little link up play with Enzo, and nothing came of it, unfortunately. But yeah, Gittins was absent, probably maybe because he kept losing the ball, but also partially because he wasn't getting the ball. And big up TM127, thank you for the $10 super chat. I'm not throwing in the towel yet, but this summer transfer window is going to be defined by the £90 million spent on the left wing and not another center back or goalkeeper. Perhaps. Yeah, I mean, it's one game. Time will tell. Obviously, we're not happy with the result, but go ahead.
Sorry, Marshall. This is apparently just from Kieran Gold. João Pedro told Maresca before kickoff that he didn't feel 100% and perhaps shouldn't play. Maresca decided he needed him starting regardless. CFC boss cited this to us as proof he wasn't focused on Bayern Munich rather than Brentford. So my thing is though that kind of makes the omission of Gui worse, because if your striker is telling you I'm not 100% and you still drop your other striker, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is not look good on the gaffer. I'll be honest with you, bro.
Yeah.
No, I think there's the selection was questionable today. I think that's a big part. Like, I'll be honest with you. I don't think Henderson should have been. Not Henderson. Sorry, I'm reading chat. I don't think Hato should have started today. I think Cucurella is just fine to play minutes. I know you're trying to conserve Cucurella.
Whoa. I disagree on that one. The problem, I think, you know what the problem is, Marshall? I think that where Maresca went wrong with Hato is not starting him this game. It was not integrating him enough in the West.
Invert?
No. Not integrating him. Yeah, when we were like winning 3-1, 4-1 against West Ham, taking off Cucurella. Let's bring on Hato. Let's give you some minutes on the board. Get you accustomed to the way we were playing. We're winning the game, stuff like that, right? Against the West Ham and then against the Fulham, right? Not bringing this guy on for those sort of games, right? Is what I think, is where things go wrong. Starting Hato, for example, today, whether we like it or not, wasn't necessary, bro. Cucurella has played an extreme amount of times, right? He's played an extreme amount of time. So for me, what should have happened was those other games that I'm mentioning is where, again, I look at Maresca and I'm like, bro, this is where stuff should have happened.
No, but this is the thing. Start your best lineup because he ended up playing anyways. He ended up coming on at halftime. So start off the game strong with Cucurella and then give Hato the minutes, because I understand Cucurella's played a lot of minutes, but we've seen what happens when we give Cucurella a rest last season. We've done it. He's the type of player that he needs to play continuous amount of games to stay sharp. Like the one moment he has to go 7 days with a break, he loses that sharpness. He loses a little bit of that edge. So it's the type of he's the type of right back, in my opinion, or left back, in my opinion, that you need to constantly sharpen that knife by playing him, and he's durable. I think you can also rest him by having him play a few minutes this game, the first half, and maybe a few minutes the second half, and then you substitute in Hato when the coast is clear. I don't think it's a tough ask. I think Cucurella can do that just fine. I don't think he'll complain, and we have a good amount of time, a decent amount of time until Bayern. So
I think
to
with
start
him
our
in
international
particular,
break strong.
I think with listen, I would disagree slightly in the case of Cucurella only because of the player, bro, in particular, and the number of minutes he's played. I think that's where I think there's a rightful cause of concern, at least with him specifically, right? I think like with the other players like Neto didn't play that much in international on his international duty. Esteval, for example, if he was ready to play today, didn't play that much in his international duty either. Now Pedro, obviously, we know that obviously he's saying he's not 100%. That's something for Maresca to actually like look at again, which he did poorly in my personal opinion. You look at some of the other positions, right? Caicedo didn't play that much apparently. Enzo obviously had 2 weeks off, for example. So I look at stuff like that and I'm like, that stuff I kind of understand, right? So, but in the case of Kukurea specifically, I look at him and I'm just like, bro, he actually needed that break, bro. He needed to not play, even though yes, he played a lot because of what was happening in the game. He needed to rest, bro.
I disagree. I feel like a lot of fans out there who maybe I just feel like a lot of fans are a little bit more out of touch than they'd like to give themselves credit for in terms of players' fitness and physicality and physique and stuff. Like, I think Cucurella is a workhorse. I think he's one of those players that can recover quickly enough for the next game, and he doesn't necessarily need a break. I think you can give him enough of a break by giving him the last 30 minutes of the match to not play and give it to Hato, who can be integrated in while in a better position, not a position of pressure like today where, okay, first game back from international break, you know, let's get a result. And you saw today, we asked him to do the job that Cucurella does today, which is invert into the midfield, and he wasn't ready. He got dispossessed twice, and it was two very dangerous moments for Brentford. That was for you to be in that position, you need to be ready. You need to be locked in, and I don't think he was locked in from the get go. Like, I think he was okay, but again, it's another day we're losing that match because of one of those counterattacks. So I want to disagree with you slightly, Marshall, in the sense that I can say I don't know XYZ player, right? For example, right? But at the same time, I know they're not robots, people. Like, I need you to understand something real quick, Ahmed, before you go. I know they're not robots, but they're athletes. They're athletes that train every day. Their bodies do get rest. They get monitored. They have all the best technology, all this and that. Not every single player needs to rest every game. Like Mo Salah, for example, a top athlete. He plays every single game. Do you see people concerned about, oh, he needs to rest this game and stuff? Bro, sometimes when they rest him, he gets pissed the fuck off because he knows he can play. We've seen it happen on the Jurgen Klopp, his little temper tantrums and stuff. Some players are just top athletes, and I think Cucurella is one of those players, just like Caicedo and Enzo. They can play every game. They have an engine. But you can also rest them by not using the engine from 100 all the way down to 0. You can leave a little bit there by substituting him in the 60th minute. I think that's still considering the player's rest. That's not me saying their robots have to do the full 90. You can still rest players' remaining stamina that way. But go ahead, Ahmed. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, listen, I think my thing with that is I get what you're saying with the latest everything and that. I just think though there is also this natural logic there too, right? Like, what I mean by that is that also like when someone has been playing consistently as he has been for us, he's even playing Europa League, Conference League minutes for us, by the way, yeah. When we won, right? There should be some level of caution, right? Because again, this season we're probably gonna we have 2 extra games than we did last year because of the fact that because it's 8 games now for the UCL and it was 6 last time for us in the Conference League, right? You're hoping to get through the Conference League the Carabao Cup last stages, the FA Cup last stages, right? So I think for me it's also just about making sure like we need to keep an eye on the future, but also making sure we're okay in the in the past, if that means in the present, I should say. Sorry, that's all it is. But you know, I think talking about Cucurella and stuff like that is not much of a problem. But I am interested now to see with Maresca now, you know, integration, right? That's something I know you keep hearing me speak about, but it's time for him to really use his bench.
But that's part of my issue with not having Cucurella start. That's it. It's not to do with like, because I'm addressing the chat. It has nothing to do with how he gave him rest the way I wanted to. It's the integration thing that from the very beginning of this review I said having 4, 5, I think it was just 4 players that haven't been in that starting lineup all of a sudden in the lineup. Like, I don't Obviously, these players need to play at some point. Obviously, need to come into the team, right? Palmer, I can excuse it because you want to take it easy with him. The groin injury, sure. You put in Buenanote. Right back situation, I don't know if I excuse that one. You have Achidpong that can very easily do a job for you inverting in that right back, unless you really wanted a player that can invert on the left. So if you really wanted that, if that was a tactic, I don't think you start Hato in that. That's a new integration. He's starting. You have to. This is his first start today, and it shows. So I think I understand. We need to rest Cucurella. Obviously, I'm not opposed to that.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
But it's also integration as well. Like, he can play 60 minutes, and when we have the victory, when we're locked in, and mind you, also let's also be honest, guys. Like, I think we are overanalyzing a little bit because, to an extent, we did fall asleep in the last minutes of the game. We were getting away with the victory. Like, I don't think Cucurella would have made that much of a difference in terms of like that. But maybe when it comes to the integration, right, which we looked a little lackluster on that left-hand side, or especially in that first half.
Yeah.
That's where I'm talking about where, like, okay, you have Gittins who's still struggling and Hato, who this is his first start at Chelsea, asking him to invert. I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot. This is related to Chelsea,
I had something that I just thought about right now, is that I know we talked about Hato.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am good. It's just that, obviously
Chelsea
it's just,
that bad,
my eye is temporarily re-inflamed. It's just that you guys.
Yeah, I know you've had issues with it like a month or two ago, like a couple of months.
Yeah, it's gonna listen. It's just that I'm off the stories now, so it's gonna be like a little bit red, a little bit not red every now for the next month or two apparently. So what? Because my eyes, my eyes are storage.
I just noticed it. I don't know why I just noticed it.
No, because like it's not my foot. Like you see the top of my eye, like the side of my eye is not too bad. It just, it's just but essentially, listen, continue on. The point I wanted to actually make, Marshall, is that I think, this is stuff that I spoke about last season. Yeah, when we had Madueke playing that Neto, and I think the same argument, in my personal opinion, still applies with both Neto again, and then it was Gittins to an extent. Yeah. When we have a problem where we need to get our fullbacks overlapping these guys, because the problem we keep running into situations where it's 2v1s, 3v1s, right? When you're facing particularly the way Brentford was set up against us, right? Where's the space on the wing? Like I feel like Neto every time he spams the same move whenever he's facing like a 2v1 or 3v1. He just hits the cross every time. Always the same thing that he does, right? And the thing is, there's no one overlapping.
He's not a guy who's going to try to take him on if he can see a pass.
Pedro found him last game, but this game, maybe because Pedro didn't feel 100%, he wasn't as on it. Because he should know that cross in the far post, like all of us as Chelsea fans know, we've seen Neto enough. We always know when he cuts inside, he looks like he's about to cross it, he's always going to go for that far post. Our players should be able to read that. If Cucurella is there, he reads that. That's, again, this goes back to what I'm saying, like, maybe don't start with Hato, start with Cucurella. Maybe he takes advantage of, there was two of them at least, right? There's also the right back situation, right? Because a lot of people are saying, blaming Fofana and Tosin. I understand that. Defensively, they weren't at their best today. That's why Achidpong. Where was Achidpong today? Achidpong should have been starting. He's already been in the game. He already knows the system.
Yeah,
and exactly. Not Fofana, where he's still working his way back into it. He missed. Like, we're a totally different team since December, where he started his injury, played a few games, than we were now. Like, Fofana, as much as he's been here, one of the longest players in the team right now, has been here for a while. This is a totally different player playing that he's not familiar with.
He's been the longest in the ER, mate, too.
For real, yeah. Like, he shouldn't have started either. It should have been Achidpong.
But my problem with Taji's point, right? Like, Gittins is always, if you know Gittins, the way he plays, right? He cuts inside and shoots. That's the whole reason we brought him. By the way, Garnacho is going to be very similar at times, where he's going to look to cut inside and shoot, right? But the thing is, when you got guys that like to do that, you know what you do? You have to make sure you have a fullback next to them that's going to overlap or underlap them, right? To allow them to do what they need to do to make that happen. And I feel like we continuously just lack that at times. right? And I feel like in this game in particular, I think JC made a great point that Enzo Fernandez and Neto being targeted, having maybe a Gusto, for example, who usually does the overlap, right? It's a third
Yeah, which
man
is
that you got there now.
another player. Like, I don't know what's
Right?
going on with
That's
Gusto.
a
Why
third
wasn't he
man.
involved?
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
a third man that you can have, right? That's a third man that's there, right? That can, I know his crossing is as erratic as erectile dysfunction, but listen, you know, you know what I mean? You know, but listen,
Got me. Sorry.
but listen, at least there's something there, innit? At least there's something that might happen.
Yeah. I just think today, like, should have been doing better with the chances that we created. We did create chances. Like, that's something that I gotta point out. Like, the player that everyone was crashing on, the player that was really upset that we didn't get, and who the fuck is this kid, Fukando? I do want to speak about a little bit of the positives, right? Like today, the first half, he looked good. He looked good. I mean, I think what CP said he was a 6, I believe.
No.
He
like
played
a 6
45
to 8,
minutes,
and
but
he's an 8 slash. He's like a right mid slash 10. I'm saying I gave him a rating.
No, I mean like the rating. Rating was a 6.
6 out of 10.
6,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I think that's a little harsh. I actually would have given him an 8. Like,
He
I
only
think
played 45
today
minutes number though as well. Like, you only
that was his first 45 minutes, and
Yeah,
he was
it's
doing
good.
great link up play with Enzo Fernandez, and he was getting into tight little spaces. Like, there's a good
Did
player
play
there.
a good chance to João Pedro,
Yeah.
right? Where
There's a good player there, and I really think that he should have stayed on, and it should have been Gittins that came off. Like, by halftime, I wanted to see Gittins off because he didn't look that great, and we weren't finding him. But whenever we went to the middle, like, Buonanotte was doing decent.
we could have stopped on
and he
maybe
was
Palmer,
pressing a lot.
but
But you can't fully say that because Palmer's
Yeah.
the one who scored when he came in the cam position, right? So
right,
Yeah, that's true.
right.
Yeah.
So, but I do agree with Giddens. He was shit in the first. That's why I said I wanted either Tyreek George or Garnacho
Mm-hmm.
because he was not taking on his man.
Yeah.
Like he would have space, and then he's just like holding the ball, hovering, and then the second person's already there, and then it's 2-on-1 and man struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? He had one good shot, he had one good cross, but other than that, like he wasn't creating any chaos. And then you had Neto on the other side, doing way
Neto was
better,
doing everything,
taking on his man way more on his predominant foot and everything like that. So it's like, why aren't you doing that?
But I should mention this, ladies and gents. Also, I'll play it. I'll actually not even play it. I'll put it on the screen. Where is it? I have it right here. Because I don't know if CP knows, but I'll just put it on the screen just so everyone knows. Part of the reason why we didn't see Estevao was he actually had illness.
Yeah, I saw
so he was missing from the squad due to illness. Because in an ideal world, you put Neto on the left wing, you have Estevao there on the right. As Neto had to play on the right wing, and we were forced to kind of have Gittins on the left wing. Maybe because Garnacho wasn't ready, but I mean, even as of now, I guess we should talk about that as well. Garnacho came on and he made an impact. Some people are probably going to blame Garnacho for the last goal, but I think that's a little harsh.
I'm not gonna blame all of it on him, but like he was sleeping. You could see he was sleeping on that, his man.
Let's look at the goal first.
Like no,
This is the Cole Palmer one.
What did he have? Like 15 minutes, and he made a better impact than getting.
Yeah.
So I'm always gonna give him his praise for that. But
79th minute he came on the 84th.
But I can't like erase like he was sleeping on his man. But like
This was
he hasn't
his
really
cut
been
inside.
playing.
Oh no, it wasn't it. Wait, it was his cut inside that made this happen.
Yeah. Like he passed it into Cole Palmer, I think, and it got intercepted. And then Caicedo, Caicedo did
Yeah,
what
it doesn't show the
Caicedo
whole
does
play,
best.
but
Is score
Garnacho
banger.
crossed it into here, and then Caicedo with all this space, places it.
He only scores bangers. I don't know, this
Yeah,
guy
he
just,
really does.
It's like Kante, man. Like
a
Kante,
brilliant goal.
like in that
Brilliant,
DM,
brilliant
like he
goal.
just scored bangers when he does.
Yeah.
So
Let's look at the goal we conceded,
At least we don't
because people
fuck
are
up the
saying
signing
90%
midfielders.
is 90% is a good amount. I do think like our defenders need to do better in this moment. Like someone
was,
needs to be
yeah,
able
way
to
too
head
many.
that. I don't know who is
That
getting
what was
beaten
it like
physically
four
here.
players and one player?
Yeah, 4 players in one spot.
That to me takes responsibility as well. Like why is there that many players like on one?
It goes
man?
through this player as well. Like
And Reece James like didn't get it too, and then Garnacho slept on that player right there. I'm not like 100% blaming Garnacho, but like Garnacho is definitely at fault as well. He shouldn't have like slept on his man. But then again, like there's 5 players and 1 player, and they all somehow missed it. And Reece James missed it as well. I will say, like Reece James, when he came on, he didn't look the greatest until like his last 10
I
minutes.
have a question.
Here we go.
Should this have counted? Does he
Why?
touch the ball?
Who?
The player in front of Reece. Like right there.
But he's
Okay, and
onside.
even if it did, why shouldn't it count? It's
He's onside, Marshall.
Just check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Go on.
Right?
but
The pass is here.
Yeah?
The ball makes contact with the head here.
Yeah, which
And the
player are
player
you looking at
that-
right now?
The one in front of Reece right now.
Oh, you saying did he touch it like before?
yeah,
Are you
did
saying...
he touch
Oh, the
it?
one on the left.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought you
yeah.
meant the player intercepted. He's
Oh.
Because the pass is right
They was
here. He
looking at
looks
it.
offside here.
Let me
No, he
go
is.
wide on the screen. Let me see this.
He is
Play it
off.
again.
No, he is offside, but I don't think he touched it. And
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what I
think
think
he
they
touched
looked.
it.
That's what I think VAR.
Yeah,
did
that's
look
what I'm trying to
for.
figure out if he touched it. Because if he touches it, that's an offside because he's interfering with the play.
I know, but I just think they did look for that, and they just thought that's not enough, and he didn't touch it. So
He does get a header on it, and then
it probably
touch
does
it.
fall Reece James a little bit. They're both going for it, and like I don't know, it doesn't fall
Yeah.
actually. But
I mean, I know you don't like him, CP. Do you blame Garnacho on this?
Yeah, that should be his man. But also, I'm more so blaming the defenders because why are there 4 people?
Yeah, it's a lot of defenders on.
thought- That's
Why are there
fine.
4
One
people on
player.
1 person?
they
What
couldn't
is
even
this?
get it as well.
Yeah.
Like, why is
Makes no
everyone just there? So, and then who is Garnacho supposed to like? I don't know. I would put him more on the defenders than Garnacho, to be honest.
I'm like 50-50, but yeah, like I'm not like taking all the blame on Garnacho because that's just unfair. But like 4 players and they didn't get the ball, and even Reece James didn't get the ball, and then obviously it's up to Garnacho. But like they all take responsibility for me anyway. At least you can't just blame one, but he is that blame as well for me.
I can't lie to you, man. Reece James, the physicality has clearly been lost, right? I think if we're being honest,
It's one game. Let's also calm down.
I'm gonna.
I don't know.
I
he
know what
he
you're
looked-
saying.
I
Today
don't
he
know what
didn't
it
have his
was.
best
He
performance.
looked a bit
but, yeah.
tired. I don't know. It just looked because he played what like 70 minutes back to back for England, overlapping and like for
Did
2
he play
goals.
70 minutes or 90?
Osama.
I think he
Osama.
played about as I watched one of the games and then I saw the other game like he played 70 minutes. I think he played back to back like start 70 minutes and
Let me
he's
check.
overlapping. I don't know. He just felt off it today. And
Yeah, he wasn't on it. He wasn't on it for sure.
he
I
like
agree.
I remember like even when he first came on, when Chalobah won the ball and he tried passing out and Reece asked for it, and then Reece somehow just lost control where the ball was going, and they got the ball back straight away. And yeah, like even he was getting a bit pushed off a bit too easy, like Ahmed says, but I don't think he's lost his strength just after just one game. We'll see
Yeah, I don't
Reece
think
back
so
to being
either.
Reece again. Like I don't know what it was today. Just wasn't his day. It's like I think it's rare to see when Reece is not really on it, and this is one of the days. I felt like
You
he just
know,
wasn't on it.
well, listen, Chris, man. I feel like you're doing
Yeah,
a lot
here we go.
of you know what I mean. You do a lot of glazing for this guy.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
how
at
we
least
say
you
it.
kept
Here we
PG
go.
down.
You know what I
I'm
mean.
I was
You know-
worried what you was gonna say.
Listen, I'm just gonna be real with you, Chris, man. He's lost it, man. He's lost it, man. He's lost the sauce, man. Let's keep it real.
He's lost.
Bro, it's one game. Give it a rest.
You yourself don't even believe that.
Sorry, man. Listen, he's lost the sauce, Marshall. He's lost the sauce, Marshall. He's lost.
You just want to
I
troll.
lost
He's
any
lost.
sauce.
And also, man, Ahmed, the bridge #1 hater. Shout out to you, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're having a wonderful day today, man. Big up to you.
Who's Ahmed's number
Okay,
one
he
hater?
played 68 and 69 minutes, Chris. You were right.
Well, yeah, like 70 minutes back to back, and
Yeah.
Tuchel, he's gonna kill this man. He's just gonna kill him at England.
Yeah.
Listen, don't
He's
man.
just gonna
how-
overlap.
Guys, we have to talk about him. And I'll be honest, he did make an impact off the bench. Garnacho. For initial thoughts. I'll be right back.
As I said before, man, there's nothing much to say. I think he had a good impact off the bench. He actually created a couple of good chances. He was more effective than Gittins in that position. He played well. It's as simple as that. I don't really think there's that. Obviously, we may be critical of him in terms of Block B, in terms of the 2-2, right? The second goal that came in, the equalizer. But in general, it was a lot more effective in that position.
I will say, yeah, like they was like pinging that ball for Garnacho. I noticed like really far, and he was still getting to it. Like even at the very end, I think it's like 94 minutes, where him and Palmer passed it to Garnacho again, and Garnacho literally last second hit it to Palmer, where it did bobble a little bit, and Palmer skied it. But like I don't know, he created a few good chances in the space of what 10, 12, 15 minutes he had. Like he didn't really have a lot of minutes, what I saw. So. What I saw, like, he showed more in that 10, 15 minutes than Gittins has, like, since Chelsea pre-season, I think. And that's how shambolic I feel like we brought this season, because I don't think Garnacho's going to be good at Chelsea, but, like, he showed more in Gittins, and he did have a good impact, except for, like, maybe that moment in defense, but I was still impressed, like, he actually had a good impact like that, because I don't expect much from him, honestly. But, honestly, if he keeps playing like that, then Gittins should be on the bench, and he should be like starting more over Gittins anyway, at least. But it's only early days, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, should he start the next Premier League game?
He's not going to be ready to start though.
Right,
I don't think
it
he's
all
going to be ready
depends.
I don't know if he's going to be ready
yes.
physically. I don't think he's going to be ready physically to start.
For me, it should be either George or him.
In
I
the-
don't put Ginter. I
For
don't
me,
put Ginter. I don't
for
think
me,
Ginter's ready.
It
Right
can't be
now-
Gittins, in my opinion.
Right now, it has to be just Tariq George on that wing. It has to be, unless Palmer's going to return. Right? And if Palmer returns, I actually would make the argument Buonanotte plays the 10 with Enzo. Palmer goes to your right, and then you play Neto on the left.
Wait, who's on the right? Palmer, did you say?
That's what he said.
Or you do.
I would love to bring Palmer back.
But sorry, you don't even need
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte. You don't even need Buonanotte. Buonanotte came off the bench for you. What you
I
do?
don't mind Buonanotte,
You do
though.
Cole
He's
Palmer, Pedro Neto, and then you have the two striker formation up top.
Wait. So you have Mark
Gui and Del Pedro.
Gui, and João Pedro behind him. I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't know what I expect from Mark Gill, because like he played obviously the Conference League, he played well, but he didn't really play much in Premier League. And when we moved into Sunderland, they obviously didn't trust him to start either for that team as well. So I don't know how much. It'd be a lot of pressure, and like he hasn't really played like a whole lot of minutes. But obviously got to try to see what he does for Chelsea, because how long is the lap out for? 2 months now.
Yeah, pretty much.
The lap's out until
So-
November, basically. As I said,
So we do have
to.
to see what he can do in those 2 months. Like give him like obviously the chances and like subs and starting if he proves it as well. But I don't know what to really expect from him. He's like what 18, 19 now probably. He's 10, 19 probably.
Who?
So he's Mark Gill.
I think he's 20 now.
Is he 20?
I think
I
he's
swear we
turning
born
20.
when he's 18.
Who?
No way, he's
You?
20.
Gio, yeah.
Surely he's 19.
Oh, he's 19, yeah.
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 Like
But
like he's still young
When
and
is he turn
very
20? What the fuck?
inexperienced in this Premier League anyway, at least. So he should
Oh,
definitely
he
be
turns
like
10. He turns 20 in January.
January the what?
4th.
Just
Chris
before
asking
this is-
specific dates like he's gonna.
I mean, mine's January. So I'm just curious what date.
Turns 20 in January, man.
Yeah. I do like him though. There is something about him, like he's aggressive and he's always looking for like the ball and all that. Like, and he can be a good target man. He's got the build for it.
Yeah, I mean-
he's quick. He is quick as well.
Yeah, he's got a good amount
I
of
just
pace.
haven't seen a lot from him, and like, yeah, we should be using him more at least as a sub anyway. Like, he should be on that bench and like making an impact. Like, for example, today, like we could have maybe used him today for an impact sub.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't understand why he wasn't on the bench. Like that baffled me, because he's another striker. He gives you another option. There's no reason why we need to be playing Tariq George in the striker position and João Pedro in the 10 when you have an actual striker. Like this is again on Maresca. Like he comes out and says he wanted to give Tariq George confidence. Like, brother, what for? Like I get it, but is this really the game right now? Like I don't think playing him at a position in striker is gonna do much for his confidence. If you want to give him confidence, play him on the left wing over Gittins. And who knows? Maybe that might be also the reason why he didn't want to take off Gittins, because it would have ruined his confidence. But I mean, he took off 3 players regardless at halftime. One of them was Hato.
And
So like
Buonanotte as well was the.
Buonanotte too. Like, what does that do for his confidence? Like he
I don't think
probably
his
thought he was playing well.
I reckon Maresca would have told him you played well. I really do. So I don't think his confidence would be shot. Like what we saw, I'm sure Maresca saw like he did fine. It's just like he wanted to change the formation, and Bernardo is not gonna play striker.
I just don't like Tariq George in the 9. I don't see why you play him there.
I don't know.
Like, he doesn't do much for us. He doesn't. He doesn't have the physicality like where Guy would have.
I can't work out. Is he like 6 foot? He looks kind of tall, but maybe it's a height thing.
It's a flat top thing.
Maybe it's just a height thing. That's why he puts him at
top. Oh my!
No, isn't Tariq George there?
Does he got the flat top?
You're not. That was nasty, Marshall. That was nasty work, bro.
What did he say?
That was nasty work. That was nasty work. No, he's 5'9".
19.
He's 5'9".
Sorry, 6'1", 6'1".
Yeah, I was just gonna say, there's no way he's 5'9". He doesn't look that short. Yeah, he's tall then. He's like 6'1".
My thing is he's very
Real Gems. When he comes back, we'll see, man. I'm not afraid to
It's
have
gotta
an
be a
opinion.
hype thing. I don't know.
I used to say Cherokee only good at West Ham, Marshall. What is your take on that?
Cherokee used to be good at West Ham, huh?
Cherokee would be good at West Ham because he's like Dimitri Payet basically.
I love it. I love the agenda. Man.
Yeah, people gotta remember this Cherokee take.
Listen,
I just saw a
this is
comment.
not
I
me.
have to remember, man. Do people want me to just say what everyone says? Like, are you here to just have me regurgitate what Twitter timeline says?
What a Twitter
Like,
timeline.
is that why you're watching? No, I'm gonna have different takes, and I think Cherokee is going to be a phenomenal player for fucking City, and he's going to carry them.
Yeah, he's gonna carry him on the bench.
Yeah, well, he's injured for 2 months, so let's see what happens when he comes back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Guy is 6'2", George is 6'1".
Yeah, so I can see maybe being a hype.
The problem is, guys, who is the one that's been training to play that position the longest?
Guy.
That's it. Man. That's the answer.
That's why it confuses me when Maresca puts in Tariq George as the striker. It made no sense.
No, it should, Marshall.
I did say player
the
of the season. Yes, I'm not running.
You know the problem is, Marshall, because we saw this with Nkunku too, by the way, where it's clear Maresca liked Nkunku to an extent because he was willing to bring him on, willing to give minutes to him and stuff like that, where he was trying to find somewhere for Nkunku to play in our team. You remember, like, it was early on in the season too, right? But João Felix, for example, that he did not like that, brother, bro. He refused to play that guy. Yeah. I feel like Gui low-key is in a similar situation to João Felix.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because last season when we didn't have strikers, he did play him. He played him. He played him last season when we didn't have strikers. It was stubborn, but Crystal Palace, he came on. He was going to start playing more games, and then, boom, he got injured.
He looked good when he
I'm going to head out, boys, because I need to get some cheeky sleep before the Canada and
Cheeky sleep.
Cheeky sleep before Canelo versus Crawford, Chris. You know, boxing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
That's real punches, Chris. That's real punches, Chris. That's that's they hit each other for real there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Chris? Not like you're wrestling. No, first of all, I can't say that because
well, he does
wrestling fan too. I'm a wrestling fan. I can't say that. I can't say that to a wrestler.
Yeah, and plus, Ahmed, he does see sheep fighting every day. So you know what I'm saying? Real punches too. So.
I see sheep fighting now.
All right, boys. I'll catch you in a bit. Though. Big up, boys.
Later.
Yeah.
I today, like I said, I put a good onus of it on Maresca, but also a good onus on the players not being clinical enough at times today. Like Cole Palmer, you normally put away that second chance you got. He doesn't put it away today. Gets a goal today, which, by the way, got to give credit for that one. I mean, it does come in large part due to Enzo Fernandez finding the cross into the box and João Pedro heading it down. Which also, João Pedro, another assist for João Pedro, who gets involved in the game despite being quiet today. Does get involved in the game. And then Palmer volleys it. It was a good goal. It was a very good goal. But he had another chance like this that I feel like, bro, it was one of the better chances of the game.
And obviously it was too close to the keeper, like as it was. So it wasn't a great enough chance for him to do. Well, no,
that's why he has a finesse trait, Chris. I get it.
No, he should have a finesse trait, right? But FIFA's dumbass said, "Nah, you get Trivella."
What did you trigger? What the hell?
Nah, because like, have you ever seen Cole Palmer do Trivella shots, Marshall?
No.
Well, FIFA thinks he should have Trivella.
Really?
Yes.
Chris,
he is a finesse or like set piece taker. Like,
what do you think? He's Lamine Yamal? What the fuck?
I don't know. Like, he is not a Trivella style player, but like, he had amazing impact for us. Like, he's definitely changed the game for me. And obviously he could have should have scored that second goal, but like he just came back from an injury. What, like 3 weeks to a month? How long was it? 3 weeks to a month injury anyway.
For who? What are you talking
Cole
about?
Palmer, he's out for like 3 weeks, right? Cole Palmer.
He's been out for 3 weeks, but mostly because international break.
No, I know, but he was still today. He wasn't 100% comfortable. Still, I listened to what Enzo Mercer said before the game.
He wasn't ready to do a full 90.
The reason why he's definitely not starting today, he asked Cole Palmer, like they asked him, like, oh, do you think you could start Cole Palmer today? So well, Cole Palmer said today, like he's still not 100%. He's still a bit of pain, so that's why he's on the bench. And today he still played with a bit of pain, but like. That goal he scored was obviously a goal, but even that moment where he went on the left side and just took on like 2 players, I keep forgetting who he crossed to, but it was definitely a good cross, but I just forgot who he crossed it to. It's quite annoying, but he definitely impacted the game really well, and maybe it's a good start because everyone keeps saying, man, where's this open play goal? Was they said what? It's been like 6 months or something. Today he got
a good amount of time.
I'm happy for him though. I'm happy he got his goal. He didn't seem like he had to try too hard today. You know, overdo it or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, hopefully the next game, because he probably will start the next game, he does more of that.
CP, I think you know the answer to this. Did Santos play for Brazil?
Oh, I think he did.
Yeah, no, he had a cameo in the first game, and the second game he started actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he subbed off around the 60th minute against Bolivia, 60th to the 65th. Yeah.
Was it Bolivia away or home?
It was Bolivia's home ground. So and
Jesus,
the new home ground is apparently 1,000 feet higher than the old one. So they were at like
fucking Christ, dude.
5,000 feet or 6,000 feet.
The stadium.
Yeah, the stadium's like 6,000.
Yeah, that's why Santos didn't play. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So like they were dying. Like Bolivia won on a penalty, but like Brazil created chances, but they were like, you could tell, like, fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, because of the high altitude.
Yeah,
fucking
like it's even higher than their old stadium. Like it's 1,000 feet higher than their old.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense why. Maybe João Pedro wasn't at 100% today, because he probably started that game too, didn't he? CP?
I mean, he got fucked up in one of the Brazilian games by fucking Martinelli.
He started the first game. The second game,
I don't know.
he did start a little. Yeah, he did start, but he got subbed off quick, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Same thing with
Which
Esteval.
was the game where Martinelli...
Esteval did not start. The second game, he got subbed on for both. Okay. I think he started first game, subbed on second game. Sorry, yeah.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So, the thing about João Pedro today, he looked like he wasn't on it today. He did get involved. He wasn't like detrimental, but I feel like I've seen better games from him. Obviously, the West Ham game being like his better match. Finding those far post crosses from Neto, which I was expecting for him to find today. I think today he did a job. He did an okay game. Like he got the assist, which is great. He was in the box to head that down, and then Palmer puts it away. He did get better in the second half, I agree. But he wasn't at 100%, which probably is because of that international break with Bolivia being so high in altitude. It really, really, really exhausts the fuck out of you, having to play in that high altitude. But yeah, and Santos wasn't available maybe for that reason as well. But yeah, I think I'm not worried. I'm not gonna like get upset about the result. Big up Andrew. I think it's unfortunate we dropped points the way we did. It's the way we did it, right? It was the last minute in stoppage time. Like it's frustrating because you want your players to like really lock in, focus up, don't concede silly chances like that. Like today was the first goal was just Fofana needing to be better and needing to be match sharp. Because he's not on it right now. Should be on his man. Should be, letting Tosin know there's a man in behind. And then the second goal, like I don't know what for the set piece. I don't know what our players are doing. Why are 4 jumping for the same ball and letting that bounce into the box the way it did? It's just silly. And then we did have chances, like I said. Andrew, been a while, brother. Hopefully you've been good. What'd you think of the game, man?
I thought the first half was was typical of the Crystal Palace performance. Too slow, too many passes, left wing isolated. Yeah, and in second, I don't actually mind the rotation given what they have to do. The rotation only matters, is only a failure if the coach fails to, and there are problems, the coach fails to recognise it and do something about it quickly, which he did with three subs at half time and then put Palmer on with like 10 minutes after the second half started. So I've got no problem with the rotation because of people coming back from lengthy international periods and playing. Like Kukurea played like both games 90 minutes. Reece James, they're managing his fitness still and stuff like that. But said at the start, these centre backs are not good enough. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do these. They'll have good games. They'll have good games, and then they'll have these type of games. And when both of them are essentially beta centre backs, they're not leaders. Neither of them's gonna take up the mantle and lead. Do you know what I mean? It's like my frustration is actually with the equaliser at the end that neither of them actually rose like a salmon out of the water just to head that ball, head the throw-in away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to head it out, just to like that, or even get a foul, or something like that. Because I see people like saying, well, why didn't Sanchez come in to claim it? It was too far out for Sanchez to come and claim that. Plus, there's 5 people around. There's 5 people around. Why should he come out? Why should he come out and claim it? This is coming from the guy who does not like Sanchez.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I'm not blaming Sanchez for that. Palmer should have got a second goal as well. So we, when Keller, he hit that shot straight at Keller, when it be side-footed instead of just putting his foot through it, placing it in. So it's really it's frustrating because we had got out of jail essentially. I thought we deserved to win. But second half we were far better. All this nonsense about Jordan Henderson controlling the game when he did shit all in the second half. You know what I mean?
God.
It's like Enzo Fernandez is controlling the game. He's basically playing right back for most of that second half. But I thought we'd done enough to win it. It's just that sloppiness at the end, and Garnacho didn't pick up his man, and stuff like that. And it's just one, and all this. Apparently it's offside, but it's like it still doesn't. They don't know it's offside. I didn't know it was offside until like an hour after the game finished, or potential offside until an hour after the game. These guys don't know it's offside. They just until they're told it's offside, and they weren't even, they don't even know why VR was checking it. No one knows. But yes, it's frustrating. That's what it is, because it was just there. We had it on a play. It was like, and also their actual delaying of game in the half actually worked in their favour. That's why it was 6 minutes, because they was taking so long taking the throw-ins to begin with. That's why he kept adding on time, because he booked a couple of them for time wasting.
That is true. So I was wondering what the hell.
It worked in their favour, but it was like I just wish one of them, like Chalobah or Tosin, would have just at the end just like rose above and just go like that. Just head, even if it doesn't go that far, just head it out like that, just so it doesn't bounce. And I would have thought they would. Well, that's where a leader in the back would have gone. We can't allow this ball to bounce. We have to meet this ball. We have to meet this ball straight away. We can't allow it to drop, because it's going to because remember that from one of them that actually Sanchez tipped over. It didn't touch anyone. The throw-in actually came all the way through, and Sanchez had to tip it. I don't think it would have counted as a goal in there because no one actually touched it in. But you know what I mean? He still had to. So I'm just a bit upset with that, and it's like. And also, why wasn't Mark Guehi on the bench?
That baffles me. That's the one that I'm like, why?
He's not even on the bench. It wasn't even reported that he's got a injury, illness, or anything like that.
He wasn't on international, was he?
No, that's what I mean. So where is he? I'm not saying that. But surely he's a better option up top than Tyreek George.
That's what I'm saying.
Music to Marshall's ear, like that.
Like surely that's much better. And even then, bringing on Garnacho at the end and then putting Tyreek George back up front again, that doesn't make any sense. And it's like Pedro will play number 9, but you can definitely tell he doesn't like playing number 9 that much. He likes dropping back too much. That was a problem in the first half as well. He kept dropping in too deep, and Buenos Nacho.
I think Neto
in a way.
Wait, you think Neto was dropping in too deep in the first half?
No, João Pedro.
Oh, João Pedro,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
in
agree.
the first half,
I agree to an
especially, was
extent.
like dropping too deep, and it was like we didn't have a focal point or anything like that. But yeah, it was just listen. The rectified in the second half should have run. We didn't. It's like because Bayern Munich's going to be a massive test. It's a huge test. I know
100%.
this isn't a great Bayern Munich team, but they're still very good enough to beat us.
Bayern Munich's next, right?
Yeah.
Are they next? Are they our next?
Wednesday night,
Oh.
yeah, away.
I really want to Barcelona, but
if you offer me like a point now, I'd take it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we got Man United away, which we don't have a good record at. So it's like we really needed like win today just to set us up. And
yeah,
that's the problem really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for Bayern, if the idea was to, because I think part of the criticism I had today, Andrew, for example, was I think 4 players to be rotated in, I think was a little too much, and I include Gittins in that, like Gittins at left wing, you had Buonanotte in the 10, you had right back Fofana, and at left back you had Hato. Both Fofana, Hato, and Buonanotte making their first start for the team. I think you probably could have just got away with Buonanotte and Gittins on the left, see how that goes, but at least stick with Cucurella, give him 60 minutes, take him off when you're winning the game, because at times Hato did put us in dangerous situations. I didn't think it was that effective. He still needs to integrate and such. And then on the right hand side, you have Acheampong. I don't understand why you don't just play Acheampong instead of Wesley Fofana. I'm sure if that's Acheampong and not Wes in that situation for the first goal, I'm pretty sure Acheampong would have dealt with it just fine.
Yeah, I mean, all this, we're keeping Josh and Turney because we promised him minutes, and it's like, well, you're right. Why isn't he playing? Like, why is Fofana playing when he's only just coming back into?
Yeah, why is he starting?
Why is he starting? Yeah,
exactly.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it was, but the Cucurella one, I can slightly understand it. He's like, he's played a lot of football. He's hardly had any rest. He played both international games, 90 minutes. I know they weren't like the most physical in terms of like they beat Turkey 6-0 and they played someone else. But it's still the point that he still played full 90 minutes in both. And we've got Bayern Munich where he's going up against Elise. You know what I mean? It's like, and Man United away, I can understand that. The Gittins one, he's probably only starting because Esteval's ill, probably. So I don't know if Gittins would have even started. And then that's where it's like the Buonanotte. I didn't understand that one, to be honest with you, because
I think it was just being precautious with Cole.
That's where it's like that's fine, but then that's when it's like, still puzzles me why Mark Gui wasn't part of the bench.
Yeah, that one I don't understand.
It's sort of like, well, you could have even started with Tariq George up front if you wanted, and drop Pedro in the 10, and then put Mark Gui on like second half if Tariq George is not having success and stuff like that. That's the thing with questions where I asked Maresca about that, because like I said, I don't mind the rotation. It's just when the rotation, but the manager doesn't do anything to try and change things. But he did. He changed it, and the changes worked. So it's difficult for that.
Yeah, I think you can tell based on the amount of changes he made at halftime that I think Maresca realized he made a few tactical mistakes, and he still persisted with Gittins, which that one baffles me. Vader, large up, Marshall and the crew, boogie teams, games like this happen. I mean, I'm not that upset about it. We should have won, but just final moment of lapse of concentration at the end. Like Surfer was saying, like most of us saying, there should be someone there to easily head the ball out and not let it bounce into the box. You let it bounce into the box, that's when, silly goals like that happen. Yeah.
And I'm just like, but I knew Maresca would have to rotate though, given the fact of how long we played for, the amount of weeks we've been off, this international break especially.
Oh,
You know?
here we go. There's something here maybe for you, Surfer. Let me see what the manager said. Enzo Maresca and Guiu not in the squad. Mark is a striker. We know him from last year, but in this moment, one of them was out from the squad. I wanted to give Tariq a bit more confidence against Fulham. He did well tonight. He was okay this season so long. Okay, so
That's to make it. See, I don't know.
that's the only reason it still makes sense. Yeah.
The problem I have with this is, and I'm not blaming Dodgers because he's only just he's just retweeting some quotes.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a full quote and stuff like this. Do you know what I mean? So my only thing would be, we were going to sell Tariq George to Fulham, and some messed up. But you can still have Tariq George in the squad with Mark Gurry on the bench. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Mark Gurry's been playing for Sunderland, whether it's been starting in a League Cup or off the bench. Do you know what I mean? A couple of appearances. So he was good to go. You know what I mean? That's what, and you bring him back because we are short of strikers, and we don't want to run the risk of João Pedro getting injured, because then we are truly effed, because the lap's out till basically end of the year.
End of November,
do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's that doesn't make any sense. That's why these quotes, I need to see, like, some of them are like not the full quote and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just so, but it's whatever quote you would have given here, there's no reason, if he's not injured or ill, why he's not part of the subs bench. We're not calling him for to start, but to not be part of the subs bench when you are literally only have one striker fit is madness to me.
It also does baffle me a lot, because I mean, we were ready to sell him on a permanent in the summer.
Right,
so
to Fulham. He was going to Fulham.
Yeah, and so now you're bringing him in, and you're like, you have Guiu, which we don't know what his future holds, but as of right now, he could be potential, to be at Chelsea, depending on how he develops. So why not play him, bring him into the squad, and give George
Fulham
minutes? But yeah,
against Fulham, he brought him under the sub and then subbed him. So how much confidence can you get from subbing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird decision in my opinion. Like,
that's what I mean. That's why it's like, I'll wait. I just don't get it. Some of the decisions that, like, I thought some of the decisions he made was correct today. Some of them are a bit puzzling, but not selecting the only other striker in the squad.
Yeah.
When you have, but like I say, Bayern Munich coming up and Manchester United coming up. Yeah. And then you can do a full rotate against Lincoln, which is fine. Doesn't make any sense to me. Especially when you're trying to win the game.
Do you guys think that today, for example, at right back, he was to an extent trying to conserve Reece and Malo Gusto from Bayern Munich?
Yeah, I think so. But
you think both?
I don't. The problem is he bought Reece on, though, didn't he? But the problem is Reece barely played at right back in that second half, and Enzo Fernandez played right back, and Reece was in the midfield. Yeah. Reece was in the midfield, so that doesn't even make any sense. And I don't even, was Gusto even in the front squad? Did he play?
No, he wasn't.
I don't think he did anything over international break.
Right, so he should have been good to play today.
That's what I'm saying.
From the start, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Then Reece could have started against Bayern Munich and then bring Gusto on against Bayern Munich. That another thing that needs to be asked. Why wasn't why?
Yeah, the Gusto.
Why Fofana at right back for his first game back for forever?
Yeah, bonkers.
Bonkers. That don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's games where like Fofana at right back does work, but let him get back into the rhythm of things. He hasn't played since February. Put him at least at center backs where he's more comfortable.
Agreed.
And just keep Gusto at that right back where he's been decent as of recent.
Last game he was really good. He was really good, Dan.
So
I remember that
baffles
Fulham
me.
game. He was good, Dan.
Yeah, that just doesn't.
And his overlapping. I think we started do overlapping for this team as well. So it's starting to benefit players on the wing.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if he went an international break. I don't think he did.
Did any journalists not ask about Gusto? Because I felt like that would have been a question.
I don't know. This is why that's why these quotes we don't know, because we don't know what they're asked.
Yeah, I watched this interview before the game. And that's about it. I didn't watch it afterwards.
Yeah,
and they asked about Cole Palmer.
Yeah. They didn't ask him. Sky didn't ask him about why. They didn't ask him about why Fofana was starting instead of like one of the
Yeah,
right
he played a minute against Ukraine and then 27 minutes against Iceland.
Oh, right.
Barely.
So he's played like less than half an hour.
Yeah.
Reece
Less
James
than
got
half-
more minutes. And he played 70 back to back.
Longer. Reece James played longer in one game than he played in two.
Yeah.
He did.
I don't know if he's just trying to like prepare him to play midfield and play Gusto on the right back for Bayern Munich.
It could be for
Bayern.
Zone at 10. Like
Yeah.
Maybe.
that's
Maybe.
how.
Because like maybe he's expecting a high
line.
line. I know Gusto against PSG, we saw he was really effective on that high line, being like a bombing right back winger / like getting behind maybe thing. But
Maybe he just also thought, let's be honest, and it might be arrogant to say so, maybe he just thought, I can get away with it against Brentford.
yeah, and he's done that last year where he thought he could get away with it with a smaller quality team. And it goes to what Chat said earlier. Someone in Chat said it before, like Maresca needs to stop underestimating some of these Premier League teams.
Right. Yeah. And which he did at half time when he brought on the big guns. He went, oh, right, I've got to change this because it's not working. But it's, but even with the rotation,
Sure.
it's the way you play. Because
Mhm,
the second half, we were faster because we were a goal down. Whereas,
Yeah.
like, it should be the opposite. It should be faster trying to get a goal up and then be slower in possession because we're protecting the lead and try and exploit them and ask them to come out. Because the first half, we played right into all their hands, you know, playing it too slow, too many touches, hard, you know.
I think we're going to create, one good chance in that first half?
We didn't have a shot on target.
Did we not have a shot?
No, we did. No, it was that João Pedro one, no?
Yeah, we got
Remember
blocked.
João
I
Pedro
think
was
in
open
that
10 minutes in.
No, wasn't a shot on target.
Oh, because it got blocked. Got it.
Yeah, the only thing that came close was the Enzo corner thing that hit the post.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. Otherwise, it was just,
Jens had a long shot too, but that went way over.
So we didn't have a shot.
Okay, we might have some answers here. Let's see. Well, this is like not the full quotes, right? It could be out of context, but Enzo Maresca on the team selection. We planned 45 minutes for West because he was a long time out. We planned not all the games for Jarrell because he needs time to adapt. Fukondo is not physically 100%. We needed to manage different situations. João Pedro was not 100%, but he did the effort to play most of the game.
Well, here's the thing. Why don't you? Why don't we just give Fofana 20 minutes up until the Lincoln game and start him at the Lincoln game and give him like an hour or something at Lincoln, build him up from there. With Buonanotte, it's slightly understandable given Palmer's only just come back and he didn't put Guy in the squad, so he had to start with a 10. Although, and by the way, Lavia and Asuko aren't fit, so you really have to keep Andres Santos on the bench just in case either Enzo or Caicedo pull up. And that's, I mean, if you know that's that. But then again, if you know how Pedro isn't physically 100%, why is it Guy on the bench?
Yeah,
that's
that's the thing that baffles us all. Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if these are truly the quotes and everything like that, it's like you don't help yourself by saying this. It's like so you risk. So effectively, what you're telling me is that from this quote is that you risk João Pedro being injured when you know he. Even though you did bring him off, but you risked him being injured and you didn't have a safety net of an actual striker on the bench. You'd rather have a winger. You put him up the winger up front. Who did have a good
recalled
shot
him for a
when he came
reason.
on. But it's just doesn't make any sense. That's where you go, why? I would love him to just come out and go, I got some stuff wrong. I tried to rectify that in the second half of the subs. I should have I should have made sure Gui was on the bench. All this I had to give people confidence and rubbish.
I agree.
You don't have to give him confidence. Tariq George was going to go. How much confidence does he need? Do you know what I mean? It's like
Tariq wasn't part of your plans.
Well, he wasn't part of your plans. You subbed him in the last game when he came on as a sub.
He's been subbing him a lot as well.
How about Mark Gui's confidence? You take him away from Sunderland, where he was going to get probably loads of minutes. You bring him back. He has all the international break with you, and you don't even put him in the squad.
I would disagree with the Mark Guiu getting a lot of minutes because he wasn't getting much in Sunderland, but he was getting sub minutes, which he didn't get today. So I agree on that point.
Yeah,
too.
he also did start in the cup game though.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's cup tied.
He's not been like, you know,
Right.
heavy minutes.
And now he's back.
you know.
Wait. He's cup tied for Chelsea.
He's cup
Oh
tied.
my.
He's
He
cup
was
tied for
cup tied,
Carabao
yeah.
Cup.
Yeah,
he's cup
he's
tied for
now,
Carabao
also,
Cup.
that makes it worse
Wow.
because he's cup tied as well. So that Lincoln game, who are we going to play up front? Tyreek George.
A
Yep.
Chelsea player is cup tied because we loaned down.
Yeah. So
Or
it's like,
if it's Lincoln, I think either do Tyreek George or they're gonna play
if
Shim.
it's Lincoln, you should be able to get away with it. It's just the fact that when you're
Yeah.
trying to say people, when we know that the fitness worries are there in terms of being 100% because of the shortness of the pre-season and the international break and so forth, and so many, and the extra games for the Champions League as well.
Mhm.
It's like you need to be smarter. Do you know what I mean? You need
Is
to be a lot smarter in the use of your squad, especially now with Delapa injured,
mhm.
but basically for like two to 3 months.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, and you said it yourself in your quotes, João Pedro wasn't 100%. Well, why? Like, you know, we know he's going to start the next 2 games if he's fit as well.
This quote is confusing
Well,
because he's saying here before the game, João Pedro told me that he was not 100% fit. And said it is better that he doesn't play. Maresca explained, and so I was thinking about Bayern Munich. João was on the bench. So if I was thinking about Bayern Munich, João would be on the bench. Is that what you're saying? That you weren't
yeah,
thinking
he's
about?
basically saying if only
No,
had
he's-
Bayern Munich in my mind,
Yep.
João Pedro would be on the bench.
Be on the bench and not starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then but then why didn't Mark? Okay, so why wasn't Mark still?
That's what I'm saying. That's what's confusing me. Yeah.
The squad. If you're thinking that, why isn't Mark Gui? It doesn't make any sense. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. So if he's told you he's not fully fit, you
True.
are thinking it doesn't make any sense. Why isn't Mark Gui on the bench at least? Or he could have even started. You could have bring on João Pedro
Mm-hmm.
for like 20 minutes at the end or something like that. Do you know what I mean? A fresh João Pedro, we might have bloody scored another goal or something like that. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like you're not. This is where you
Not doing yourself
undermine
favors
yourself.
here.
You don't
Mhm.
help yourself. Do you know what I mean? And it's bonkers.
But I think we're going too much on his attacking decisions because technically we did score 2 goals. I'm more pissed about the
Yeah.
fucking defense.
Well, the defense he's got no.
For the second goal, I'm not. Well, the first goal too, Fofana should have called his man because that's his man that was initially making the run.
Yeah, but I see my also problem is that after Fofana goes, then Tosin just allows this guy, gives him just just basically tells him to shoot on his good foot.
On his good foot, yep.
And I was like screaming at him, don't let him on his right. And he allowed him on his right.
Yep.
It's like, no, just play him
He
down
didn't.
his
He
left.
didn't press him right away to shift
Yeah.
him towards his left foot
Play him
to
on
go
his left.
wide. Yeah.
Make him go to his left. Make him go
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
Make him try and get past it. Go to your left.
It's wild to me. I mean,
And I know, Marshall, you haven't mentioned this, or you might not,
Go for
but
it.
there were reports that apparently we were talking to Mark Guiu on the 10th. Those reports
Oh,
better
yeah,
be
maybe.
fucking true, and we better get him in fucking January.
I've seen conflicting ones. I've seen outlets say we're not, and some outlets
I know,
say
but
we
I'm
are.
saying those better be true because Surfer, you don't. I don't think you heard this, but I've been saying since AC Milan, Tosin's been flat-footed. Since AC Milan, he's been flat-footed.
He's very slow.
Yep.
Mhm.
Very slow. We saw it today. Again, there was a ball that he was ahead of the player, and I think he allowed it to bounce.
Yep.
And then he got taken over. And it's like, this is my problem. These guys are beta centre backs. Neither of them is a leader.
Oh, dude, the first half, Chalaba was fucking spinning like a fucking Beyblade. What the weak shit was that?
There was
3 times I saw him just fall to the ground like
There's even
like
a bit of
a
the second
female
half.
dog.
I
I'll
think
just say it like that.
He stuck to breakaway
Yep.
with a great tackle, and then he hit a
Just
horrendous
gives the
pass.
ball away.
He
Yeah.
Yeah,
hit a
yeah,
horrendous
yeah.
pass to Reece James, and they were nearly in again.
Yeah.
It was like, it reminded me of when the Sassy gave away the ball a couple of seasons ago.
Leicester?
Then tackled, it went out for a corner, and then he celebrated.
Oh,
It was like, he was like,
I think that was City.
and it was like, bro, you caused that.
You put out your own fire.
It's like, oh, Chalobah. It's like
guy.
people like trying to blame Tosin more than Chalobah. And I've said this from the start. As a collective, they're gonna have good. They're gonna have good to great games this season. But there's always going to be this liability when one of them they're not leaders.
They both weren't on it today.
They're not leaders. They're the second choice. They're the sidekick. Do you know what I mean?
Which is why, like, I don't mind Fofana playing in the center back position, but right now he's not ready. Like when he is ready.
If you're not going to pick over the centre backs, Ashton Pong definitely should have played. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All this I
agree.
We promised him all this. We fed this. All we promised him minutes.
Then
or something
show
like
it.
that. He's not going to be pleased. He's not going to be pleased that some crooked, knee misshapen Fofana's playing at right back. and even then, he's taken up at half time. The guy you bring up who is a right back. You don't play him right back. You play him in midfield for most of the game. You put a midfielder right back.
It just gets too much. It's like, and that's what makes it annoying is that it's a player that you're managing his minutes. He played international break. Like this would have been the perfect time. Like okay, even if you did start the game with Fofana at right back, at least you have Acheampong as a backup option.
Right.
And you save Reece for Bayern.
Exactly. You're not going to play your proper right backs. At least Acheampong has actually played well at right back.
He's inverted too.
Yeah, he's not. Fofana's never played well at fullback.
He had one game, and that was the game I think he got injured.
Right, but then why are you? So the guy's got dodgy knees, right?
Yeah,
he's got dodgy knees. Why are you then Why are you trying to over test him? That's even a word. Why are you trying to just ease him in? Don't play him out of position. I hate this now. This whole and also Hato didn't work as a inverted.
No, he needs time. He can do it, but he needs time.
I feel so sorry for our left wingers, by the way. It's not just Gittins. They're very much nearly all isolated.
Yeah.
But it's only Neto that really does anything on that left hand side. The rest are just all even Gittins was isolated.
I think Garnacho
today.
was okay today when he got the ball.
Tyreek George was isolated today. Can actually did okay. By the way, that's not an assist because it came off a defender.
No,
it's not.
It's not. But he did create the chance.
By the way, he didn't even mean to pass it that direction. It was a misplaced pass. What I'm saying is that they're just all isolated. Even when Cucurella's on, because Cucurella just goes up. He doesn't actually go overlap. He goes ahead of them. So it's like they're the left back in the end. But it's like that needs to in games like that, it needs to stop.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, listen, I think there will be games where we need to start. If we're winning the games, we need to start substituting Hato into the games for Cucurella. So for one, to not give Cucurella a constant 90-minute workload every game. To actually give him a good amount of rest, because I do think there's a way to give him rest while also having him available for most games. Right? Bring in Hato so that he plays 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Get acclimated to the system and where you need to be at what time, when to pass the ball, when to, hold on to it. Because today, like I said earlier, like with CP mentioned it, and I pointed it out. Twice he loses the ball in the midfield. Like you could tell he's not on it. He doesn't know where everyone's going to be. He's not familiar with the runs that Gittins was going to make because, let's be honest, I don't know if I would mention it, but Gittins today, as absent as he was making runs that no one was finding. The type of runs that we used to see Mudryk would give that inverted pass and the Gittins was making the inverted run into the box. Chalobah never found him. Hato never found him with that pass, with making that run. And listen, if he gets the ball, maybe he creates a chance. It's a very dangerous situation. You could just tell that the chemistry was not there on the left-hand side.
No, I disagree with the last point. He's not creating jack fucking shit. He hasn't created jack fucking shit.
Gittins?
Since Leverkusen.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He was making the runs, though, is what I'm saying.
I agree with that point.
Yeah.
But when he did have the ball, he slowed down the pace for some reason. He would go quick, almost beat the man, stop, then do this lazy, stanky leg thing, whatever he fucking does, until the second defender comes in, and then he has no one. He can't bypass both of them. He has to pass back or try to do a weird.
You know why that is, don't you? First half, because João Pedro wasn't in the box.
Yeah.
João Pedro was dropping too deep, or was either beside him and then didn't make a run, and there's no one else running in. Either side, or Neto does it really late. There's no one else running in, so you have to like drop back. So there's nothing there, and also he has no support over that way. They all just stop running. When he gets the ball, they don't run with him. They don't even like go up and support. And Hato wasn't doing the support thing at all, or anything like that. So that's why I said like even like in the second half, when you bring Cucurella on, it's fine, but Cucurella goes like so far like ahead.
Yeah,
he doesn't stay there as a support thing, and that just annoys me with this Maresca system, especially on that left-hand side. You don't seem to have that a lot, that support over there. I mean, Palmer now and again does it. He went over there and does it. Oh, that also the corners today frustrate me. The short corners.
Oh yeah. What?
Oh my god.
They like to. Yeah, Maresca likes to do that.
They're just wasted opportunities. We've been doing well at corners. Just fire the fucking ball in the box.
Yeah, João Pedro's there.
Yeah, João Pedro's there or someone like that. Just put it in. Put it in the box. We hardly did that at all. It really annoyed me. That.
But sir, for also what pissed me about Gittins was the offsides.
Yeah.
The 2 or 3 times when he's receiving, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Do you know what I think that is? That's also, that's inexperience, but it's also like, I'm never gonna get the fucking ball. So
Yeah.
It's like, going, what's the point? It's like, well, I don't even. I just like I can be. Do you remember? Was it Mudryk a season or 2 ago? When there was a game when he was just like doing that, like all game.
Dude, straight up. Yeah.
He was like 3 acres of space, and they wouldn't pass it to him at all. And even I was like going, bro, he's free. I know he's shit, but he's free.
That was even Garnacho. That was Garnacho today too.
That was Garnacho today. Yeah.
Garnacho came on. I was literally like, yeah, he's calling for the ball.
That's what I mean. It was like they were all like, I can understand that. It was like, well, you know, I'm not gonna. Like he could have like gone out. He could have gone out up to a concession stand, come down with like a hot dog, and just be sitting there on the sideline like that, and he still wouldn't get the ball. Like, that's just not him. That's just Eddie on the left hand side, apart from Neto.
Yeah.
Apart from Neto, it's just a weird thing that we have.
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of it also has to do with usually Palmer it's so right hand dominant. He likes to take up the spaces on the right, and so whenever Palmer gets the ball, he likes to stay on the right, play 1-2 on the right. When he does come on the left hand side, you see a little bit more, involvement with that left hand side. I think that brings me to Buonanotte. I think Buonanotte had a good performance today. I do want to see him play a little bit more. I think today he held his own, but he's not doing what Palmer's doing. At least I didn't expect him to, really.
I mean, he just moves the ball quick and
He does go through the middle really well.
Palmer's a risk-taker, and he will mess up a few times. Palmer will.
He was breaking down that low block with Enzo at times, but no chances created or not being clinical. Really,
I was saying it was Odegaard. I was watching Argentinian Odegaard. That's what I was watching.
I could see it. I do see it.
Right, like keeping possession, that's fine, but not taking risks. Very slow, very monotonous.
Like he had the chance where he was cutting on his left foot and going wide, and he passes it. He eventually passes it to who did he pass it to? Was it Gittins or?
I don't know which one because he did a fair few passes.
No, do you remember? There was
one where he was going wide.
Do you guys remember the 1-2 he had with João Pedro?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I think he gave it to João, and João tried to shoot it, and nothing. Really
it was Gittins.
No.
About to take the shot.
But do you remember the 1-2 with João Pedro where he receives the ball, and if he shot it first time, that would have been because the.
I think that's what I'm talking about. Where he
cuts it. I was like, fucking shoot!
It.
Why are you just keep dribbling onwards? Shoot the.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like he you can tell he's young.
Is it where he released it instead?
Yeah.
That's when Enzo took the shot. Sorry, then. That's when Enzo took the shot near the post. Yes.
He passed it Enzo. Yeah.
This guy. I don't even know why we've sent Paez on loan if we got this guy. We should just get Paez alone. This guy.
I think the Paez thing is kind of, we didn't know what to expect with Paez because he just hadn't played since, what was the date? February of 2025 or something like that was the last time he played.
I'm just saying, I would have there's absolute this Buonanotte.
Now he looks good at Strasbourg, but yeah.
This Buonanotte is just a waste of time for everyone.
Really?
He's just good. He's not even in the He's not even in the Champions League squad.
Yeah.
And we're not even signed him. We just loaned him.
This is how mad this whole Colwell is in the Champions League squad. Did you know that Colwell's name is in?
Yeah. There's a reason for it that we don't waste a space to, because Colwell is supposedly supposed to be back by March. If we were to make a late run and Colwell can come back by some miracle, you don't need to.
Yeah, but you could put him back in January.
But then you would use up one of those spots to bring up another player. There's like a whole explanation of it. I could send it to you, but I can't remember it. There's like a logical reason for it, and I was like, okay, this kind of makes sense.
Here's the thing. Can we just take out the magical mythical creature that is known as Lavia? Let's take him out. He doesn't exist to me. He's not. He does not exist to me. Okay. I don't want him in the Champions League squad. I don't want him.
He's in the B team though.
They helped in the Prem.
B squad, whatever.
Why is he in the B squad? Why is he in the B squad?
No, like he's in the B.
Is it age or something?
Maybe.
Is it still age?
Champions League?
21
No, it's
now,
not.
22?
He's
Wait,
young,
he actually
man.
got put to the B team.
Not the B team,
Yeah,
but
he's
like
21. He's 21. He's 21.
Yeah, I thought it was. Is there like a under 23 thing or something?
I thought it was under 20. Yeah. Why is he in the
It's
B?
got to be for fitness reasons then.
Because of age. Okay, thank you,
No.
CFC Steve. Okay.
No?
Thank you. Oh, homegrown. Okay, that makes
Oh,
sense.
he counts as homegrown, doesn't he?
Fair enough. Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah. Even though he's Belgian, he counts as homegrown.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, he's on the B list with Achinpong and Tariq George, I believe.
But but I just think Brian Notte is just
He's such a waste of space.
what's a waste.
He's such a waste.
I don't know. I thought he looked decent today.
No, but he's saying
What
he's
reminded me as well, like Dewsbury Hall as well. Like Dewsbury Hall would do this in that 10 role. Like he
Hmm.
plays
Hey,
safe.
no, don't do that to my glorious king. He's going bangers.
No, I didn't
Don't
mind
say
Dewsbury
that
Hall,
about my
but-
glorious king, man. Don't say that about KDB.
You're ridiculous.
Don't say that about the
man.
conference
You're
league
ridiculous.
KDB, man. Don't you dare, man.
Conference like KDB.
Don't you dare say that, man.
That's some
No, I
shit.
just
He's going bangers for Everton. Buonanotte wishes he could like even fucking shoot.
It's
the
one
ball.
I'm
game
not saying
for Buonanotte.
I'm not
Give him
saying
time.
he's better than Dewsbury Hall. I'm just saying it felt like that's what he was playing a lot of his passes.
No, but I think what
Quick
Surfer's
or-
saying. What's the point of loaning this player
No, I do agree.
who we're not buying? We don't even have an option of buying. When
Yeah.
we have another kid who's like 18, who we could be doing the same
The-
shit
the-
for, who we own.
Yeah, the only thing I could possibly think is
Game time.
if one works, the other doesn't. Doing a favor for Brighton, like just
So
Why
what-
we
what-
gotta
what-
hang on a minute. Why
yeah,
we got to do a
actually,
fucking
you
favour
do
for
Surfer.
Brian?
You take care of
Why we
this.
got to do a fucking favour for Brian when we secured their future for the next 1,000 years with them?
Thank you. Thank you.
it's because you wanted in CISO. I think that's why.
We paid for their new training ground. That's from us. They didn't pay it for themselves. We paid.
Yeah, we
for
paid.
it.
That was just Caicedo. Don't forget the Cucurella
They
money.
have to have a proper facility to train
No,
our
no,
future
hang on.
players.
So we,
Don't
we,
you dare.
no,
No,
it's
no,
not-
no.
so
We
listen,
paid.
we did
Yeah, you do.
Cucurella. We then
Yeah.
paid off
Yeah.
the Potter and all his backroom
His
stuff.
staff. Yeah, his
Jesus
staff.
Christ.
Then it's
Yeah,
Kai,
don't
then it's
remind me.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Then it's Caicedo.
João Pedro.
Then it's the goalkeeper person. Then it's this
Yeah.
other scout that came in. We paid for. Then it's
Sam Jules.
then it's João Pedro.
Yep.
Now it's
Buonanotte.
Enciso
Yeah.
And
paid for
CISO.
as well, and then it's Buenos
Buonanotte.
Noches paid for as well. So you know.
I think-
Marshall, we didn't just pay for the training ground. We paid for the fucking stadium. We paid for
I
the new
understand.
team setup. We paid for the entire club
people
setup.
people are saying that we took a Buonanotte loan as part of a way to help out get the Enciso deal done.
What
And
the?
it happened.
What?
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
people are saying.
no. Fuck this.
Like, oh, we
Because-
take it off the books and give us
okay,
Enciso.
Marshall. I kind of get it. If we
Yeah.
didn't already own a fucking Kendry Paez, who we already own as a
But to be fair, like I didn't know what to expect from Paez because he hadn't played since February of
No,
last
I
year.
get it, but he's literally the same as Enciso because Enciso's
Mhm.
also dropped off since his breakout season like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Also-
kind of like a who knows.
Also,
We'll
why?
see what we get.
You know, Tony Bloom. Tony
Yeah.
Bloom's a rich man because he's not spent any of his money the past 3 or 4 years because we just gave him all the money to spend.
Straight up, every summer, every
Every
fucking
summer.
summer, every fucking.
Hey,
Summer.
Tony Bloom, thank us, man. Sister
Tony
club,
Bloom's
sister club.
Tony Bloom's not had to spend anything on his own club for the past three or
Mm-hmm.
4 years because of us.
Here's the thing: who can we
Oh,
buy
I
next one?
forgot. The sporting directors we took from there as well. One
Yeah.
of them. So that's another
One of
Yeah,
them,
we
one,
took
one of the
everything.
sporting directors, one of them.
10
Yeah.
favors for it.
Yeah, yeah,
10
we-
favors
Mhm.
for this club.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get
Wait,
it.
wait. Let me go through the
I'm willing to be
Brighton
patient
squad.
with Anote though. Something could happen with this player. I liked what I saw today.
Do you think we're gonna sign him?
There's no point.
We'll see if he improves
What's
and
the
he keeps playing
point?
well.
There's no point signing him. Piers plays well. What's the point?
Exactly.
Of signing him?
Because Pius might not play well. I'm not saying he won't. Maybe he does. I don't know. Like let's see how the season works out for Pius.
I also don't like
Marshall, you know what this thing is? This doesn't
If they
even
both
make-
work out, then I don't know. We just
Marshall,
return to
I'm
Anote
looking
and
at who
keep
we could.
Pius.
I'm looking at the Brighton entire squad this season. I'm
Yeah.
looking at who we could even fucking think of getting a discount for next season. It's fucking no one. You know why? Because we don't want Baleba because we're not gonna want a discount from 100 million to 80 million when we already have
Baleva's not
Santos,
been looking
Lavia.
good so far this season.
But yeah,
not
when we
gonna
already
lie.
have Santos, Lavia, and Asulo.
Wait,
so
have they
there's
still
no
got
point.
Mimatona? Like he was injured
Wait,
last
no,
season.
no,
but-
no.
Tim was there. Yeah.
Wait. No, you say this,
but
but
I
we
don't want
literally
him.
have Gittins,
Yeah.
Garnacho, and fucking Quenda coming in next summer.
Yeah.
All
Quenda's not
fucking
freaking
left
Hey,
good.
wingers and right wingers.
we're saying that Ganacho's gone the next two
Okay.
seasons.
Okay,
Maybe.
Minta. There's no point of getting Minta because we have so many right wingers anyways. We can't get Rooter because we just fucking bought Omega. So what are we getting? What are we getting from them?
I don't know. I don't know the answers. I'm just here to
What do we get?
observe. What is this plan? I want to see it play out.
His plan is just like
You
give
know-
Cole
you know
Palmer
what?
like
You know
minutes off sometimes.
I want us to pay.
Because like if we
25%
got in
of the
Shabby
season
Simmons,
of
then
that.
what was the point of Shabby Simmons? We have Paez, right? Like what do you do with Paez?
No,
then?
because
No,
I-
no, because that's a replacement for fucking Garnacho, the fucking skeleton.
Yeah, we should chose him
Oh
over
yeah, I
Garnacho.
guess so. Okay, I see. I
That
see
He'd
what
was
be
you're saying.
banned.
that was our
both.
smoke screen to get Garnett.
Shut up. No.
I mean,
It's
he
the
ain't
worst
wrong.
smoke screen I've ever seen.
He ain't wrong.
Fucking Fabrizio talking about it every day. Oh, some smoke screen.
No,
Son of a
it
bitch
was
sold me a
always-
dream,
no,
man.
Isn't the point of the
75%
smoke screen to hide the real
It was always-
signing?
it
Like,
was always-
Yeah, the real signing is
it was always
Garnacho. That's the smoke
Simmons
screen.
and Garnacho. Simmons and Garnacho. It was just Garnacho.
it's just
You
Garnacho.
sell Nkuku, you'll get Simmons basically. That's
Yeah,
what I
God
so
can
damn
hear.
we get rid of
man.
Jackson and Cuckoo. We're bringing Garnacho and Simmons in.
They both went
We're
basically.
bringing Garnacho and Bono in. What the fuck his name is?
What?
Bono, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Bruno Natti, or whatever his fucking name is, yeah.
Yeah.
Marshall's new favorite player.
Who? What? Buenas noches. Buenas
Bruno
noches.
Natti,
Yeah.
yeah, he's your new favorite
Listen,
player.
I'm gonna be patient. Buenas noches. I like what I saw today. If it gets worse, then yeah, I'll be here.
I
and
mean,
be
I
like,
liked
oh,
seeing
yeah,
what
there's no
Dewsbury
point.
Hall did last season, but he clearly wasn't part of the plans.
Yeah. Well, we made
I
some
mean,
money off
fuck
KDH.
it.
We just paying.
Yeah,
this
we're not
kid's
going to make
salary.
money off this guy. We're just going to use him for the
Yeah.
minutes. And
Yeah,
that's
what-
that's
what-
just
what-
because-
what-
Just kept in Cuckoo. Just kept in Cuckoo. Do this, rubbers.
And Kuku was on high wages though.
That's the only reason we got rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think something I didn't talk about enough today. I think Enzo Fernandez was great.
He was great, especially
Yeah,
second
one
Yeah,
of our
he was
best players.
great. He was winning so many challenges. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought he was
So-
Moises Caicedo today.
He looks hench as well. He looks hench.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was winning so. It was like he was making tackles, but the bounces were not going in his favor. at
Yeah.
times.
Mm.
That's what it was. He was making the right tackles,
You're right.
but it would like bounce off him and then the opponent, and then go back to the opponent because the bounce was unlucky. But
Yeah,
the
we
tackles
we
were-
didn't take the most advantage out of his dispossessions.
He's
Yeah.
played great second half when he's playing majority
But-
right-sided.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the through ball. I like this through balls the most. I remember
Yeah.
those were good.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
even that Neto one in the second half.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Yeah.
That I really liked.
Yeah,
He was
he
very
had
press
really good
resistant.
vision today.
He
He was
was
our
very
best
press-
midfielder.
He was very press resistant for me today. Very
Yes.
press resistant.
Yeah,
That's very
he-
true. Yeah,
Very
like
good.
if we can get him to play like that and still have like a solid outlet on the left, then I think we would have been fine today, you know. But unfortunately, or even not even that, but like just better defensive solidity today, because I think the attack did enough to win the game, but it was mostly the defense that kind of fumbled it. To be honest, I do think we could have scored more goals, but we also scored 2. You know, like last season we would struggle to score more than 1.
I think our last
If any
game was
at all.
0-0, actually. To Brentford.
Yeah, our last game to
And
Brentford
then
was
we
0-0.
did beat, I think we did beat him last season 2-1.
okay.
But
Yeah, but that was at the
You know,
break.
can we do so? You know what? I have a genius plan. Let's think outside the box. Okay, so
Sure.
we're buying Omega from Strasbourg. Okay, let's pay 30 to 40 million for Omega. So then Strasbourg have enough money to fucking buy Kevin Schade because this man scored from us last time too. Last year he scored against us too.
Yeah, that guy.
Get this guy away
a bit of
from
a problem.
me, man.
He's gonna
Get
be
this guy away
saving
from me, please.
Brentford this season.
Get this guy
gonna
away
be their
from my
best
club,
player.
man, please. Strasbourg buy
Yeah,
him. Strasbourg buy him next summer, please.
yeah. It's that guy frustrated us today, but I think the defense in general just frustrated us. Obviously, listen, I still have faith that Fofana and Chalobah can have good games. I think today was an off day, and I hope today was just an off day, just coming back from international break.
You better hope as a defensive unit.
We got Bayern Munich. We got fucking Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Jackson to worry about.
I know Tosin hasn't
I'm
been.
not worried about Jackson.
I'm
At
not
his
worried about
best.
Jackson. I'm worried about Harry Kane, Chris.
Harry
I'm
Kane,
worried
at least
about
say.
Harry Kane.
Harry
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need Jackson.
They
to
won
start
today,
this game.
5-0, right?
Who against? Did Jackson start?
No, but he played Bayern Munich.
Let me
I
check.
can't believe that, man. I thought the
5-0
way it's
against
worded,
Hamburg.
I thought he had to play
Yeah.
40 games because it said from the start. I
It's
thought
no,
what started.
I'm
Talking
telling you
about
right
it,
now.
he's
No, I'm
coming
telling you
back.
right now. It's not 40 starts. It's 40 games. That's the period. It's not 40.
It has to
Are
be
you?
40 games. There's no way.
That's
they
what
would
this is what I mean
recoup.
because it would say
There's
he has to
there's
start.
no
Yeah, he
way-
has to start 40 games, right?
No,
That's what it would have
no,
said. Yeah.
No, that guy's
That's
wrong.
40 games.
It's not. That guy's wrong. There's no way we agreed a deal. When
Yeah.
knowing they've got Harry
40
Kane
starts.
and they only played 34 league. They only have 34 league games. That we would
Exactly.
agree a deal for it to be triggered that he has to start 40 games. There's no way we agreed to that deal, no matter
Yeah.
how big the
Yeah.
loan fee is. There's just no way.
Like I know
I know
we
they're
say these.
incompetent. I know they're
Jackson came
incompetent.
on at halftime. Wow.
No, like
When it comes to selling, though, they're not incompetent.
Yep, that's
No
exactly
way.
what I was saying.
There's no
Do you
way.
think
yeah.
the information will come out better, like in the like
No,
maybe?
this
In
guy,
due
this guy
time,
doesn't
maybe.
even. This guy doesn't even run. He's just an honorary president. He doesn't even run it. He
Mhm.
doesn't
Wait,
do
the one who was
transfers.
saying he doesn't
He
think
doesn't do the
Bayern will
tran-
like.
He doesn't do
okay.
the transfers. He doesn't negotiate. He's just a loudmouth. That's all he is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a loud. He's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
honorary president. He doesn't do anything.
Because the way they worded it too, man, it didn't seem like set in stone he has to start 40 games. It just said he has to play 40 games from the start.
He has
like,
to play.
start-
I don't even like Matt Law said. Matt Law came out and said he doesn't even think it's 40 games. He thinks like
Really?
probably less.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Probably
Yeah,
like
because you
30.
got to take into
I-
account he's going to AFCON.
But
That's-
you
yeah,
also
that's what I
gotta
mean,
take
yeah.
into effect-
Yeah.
you gotta take into effect. There's only 34. There's only 34 league games.
yeah.
Mhm.
There's only so much in the cup.
He's going to miss at least
And
4
the
of them.
and then the Champions League.
No,
there's only so
Christmas
much in the
break. They have
Champions.
Christmas break.
Yeah, they have a Christmas
And they have a
break,
Christmas
so-
break, yeah.
all
So he'll
all I
miss
can
two.
pray is
He'll
he
miss
gets
two.
subbed on a lot. That's all.
He
I
won't
can
miss
Okay,
four.
I see what
He'll
you're
miss two.
saying. I see what
see
you're
what
saying. Yeah,
happens.
yeah. But I
But-
mean,
But
Go
you know
ahead.
what this means, right? This draw means I don't care what the record is. I know it's since 2013.
oh,
We have
Jesus
to beat
Christ, yeah.
United.
No,
We
I
have
agree.
to beat United.
I
I
agree,
don't
I agree.
care. I'm not accepting. We say this every year, but if we want to be what we think we want to be, which is second place title challenging until May,
Mhm.
the only way I'm gonna believe this team is a title challenging team is if you beat United, because now we've beaten a jinx. We've beaten a jinx
Sure.
that's been 12 plus. That's when you're making me believe things that are different.
We're at Old Trafford, aren't
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why.
we are.
we have been beating them at home though.
I think we have to escape with a point at Munich.
Yep.
Like
Sure.
that. Take a point, and then all focus on Man United because
Munich's going to be so hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be so hard. Getting a point would be an actual big bonus
Yeah, yeah.
for me because I think we'll lose against Munich because they're just
Yeah.
better. But
Mhm.
I think if we get a point, that would give us so much confidence going into the United game. If we
Yeah.
win, there'll be so much confidence going into that United game. It'll be unbelievable for
Because-
the players and stuff.
Because
like
we
that.
can
But-
rotate. We can rotate after that because I think it's Benfica.
Well, no, we can. No, isn't it Lincoln in the League Cup after that?
Sorry, you're correct.
yeah.
It's United, then Lincoln,
Yeah,
then
so you can actually do a full,
Brighton,
like,
then
full-
Benfica. Yeah.
you could full 11. Like, I think it's Brighton. It's Brighton in the league after.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
it is.
and then Benfica, and then
Benfica,
Benfica.
then
I
Liverpool.
think it's Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
the-
Yep.
For the international break. But it's like
Yeah.
that's what we should be like.
Oof.
That's why it's so
Liverpool before the
upsetting.
international
That's
break.
what's so frustrating today. It's like,
Liverpool at home.
Yeah, because you want the maximum points, you know, especially because
yeah.
like United's not easy. Brighton last season did that back to back on us, which was not
Well,
not
we have
good.
João Pedro now, so
Yes, I
that
mean,
helps.
you know, against Bournemouth today, they got unlucky, but they were giving Bournemouth a hard time. So I don't know. Like we'll see what happens.
Brighton's another one of those. Brighton's
they're a bit of a bogey team for us.
Yeah. Brighton don't set up defensively. Like I don't think they will set up defensively. They come at us like the other teams do. So it'll be probably be a lot. I wouldn't say easier, but it'll be a lot more opportunities. To like play.
I want to beat that. I want to get my get back from last season with Brighton. Like we need to redeem ourselves after that result last season because that was an embarrassing result last season. So I definitely want the players to be up for it. The players need to be up for Man United as well. Bayern, like I agree with Surfer. Bayern, if we do 1 point at Bayern away, like I think that's fine. Obviously we need to see how we play as well. Like if we have chance, and we don't put them away, you know.
No, because the stretch after Liverpool, after we come from the international break, it's easier because it's Forest with Ange. So I'm taking that as a win because it's
Forest with Ange. I can't believe Arsenal scored 3 goals.
Yeah. So it's Highland for life. So we're winning that. I don't care about this defensive solidity. It's Ajax. I don't care. Sunderland. I don't care. Spurs. I don't care that they're scoring goals. It's Spurs. No, I don't care. I will never care in my life. Then it's Karabag. So once again, Shimaheka, our under 21s, you're starting. Then it's Wolves. Then it's Burnley. Okay? And then our next big game is Barcelona. And then after Barcelona, it's Arsenal.
Oof. Yeah. No, so we have a patch there we can get
if we can get wins until Liverpool in terms of in the league.
Yeah.
Then we have a nice stretch until basically Barcelona/Arsenal in late November, early December, where we can, like, okay, then we got to worry again.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the 2 teams that we hate the most. One we hate the most in Champions League, and the other we hate because it's fucking Arsenal.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not gonna be doom and gloom right now and be like, oh, we dropped points, now we're gonna keep dropping points. Listen.
Oh no, I don't think that.
We got to draw, all right, and we were supposed to win that. It was a lapse of concentration. We were getting away with a 2-1, and they got a goal in stoppage time. Like, let's not pretend that this was like United Fulham, where they were dominating us and they looked like they had us on the ropes, and we barely got out of there with a draw. They barely got out of there with a draw. Yeah, we were gonna win.
I do want to say one last thing.
We were the better team.
Like, I feel like Caicedo's gonna be like Essien in terms of his goal catalog, where he just scores bangers like
Jesus
Essien.
Christ, yeah, today was an absolute banger of a goal
scored, even the ones that are disallowed when he scored against Spurs are fucking bangers. Yeah. Every goal he scored
outside the box again
was bangers, man.
Yo, EAFC, just give him the long shot trait, please.
Straight up, he's
give who the long shot trait?
Caicedo.
Nah, intercept or tackle him, man. Like anticipate. No.
What are you doing? I don't care.
No, as the gold card now, like it's anticipate.
Yeah, but like, Chris, those are playstyle pluses. We're just saying a regular playstyle could be like.
Regular.
This guy.
I don't care, man. Like they already fucked me off of Palmer's one, like develop plus. That's the most outrageous one I saw. I wasn't even pissed about the stats of what they gave him or the rating or whatever. But like, it's just a trait. What bothered me.
Yeah, I get it, Chris. It's a week away. It's a week away.
I've never seen the man do a Travella in my life.
He probably has one.
And I just want to say in public, if you see this fraud of a man on my left with that fucking AVI, if this man gets a beast team in 1 week, he spent his fucking money again.
Oh, this
guy. You fucking dare to lie to me.
Everything with Ultimate Team.
You fraud. You.
Yeah, we'll
I didn't have a sick team at the start,
We'll be there to, hold Chris to the flame.
I don't remember having a sick team at the start last year, but
yeah. So that was the game pretty much. I don't think there's really much else to talk about and summarize. I mean, we went over most of it. Even today, like Sanchez, I'm not putting any blame on Robert Sanchez today. I think he had one of his better performances. Yeah, I mean, again, defensively, we need to shape it up. It needs to be better. Tosin needs to be at his best again. Chalobah needs to be at his best. If Chalobah's not at his best, Acheampong and Tosin, Acheampong and Tosin, because you need Tosin to be winning aerial battles there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Get out of here, you fraud. We'll see what happens. Obviously, next match is Bayern Munich, and that is going to be something that we're going to have to keep a close eye on. Obviously, we want to win. If we get a draw, that's fine. But we're back in Champions League, ladies and gents, on Wednesday. So keep an eye out. We'll react to the game here on Wednesday as well. We're going to have a Casually Chelsea show tomorrow, so tune in for that. We'll talk about some of the news. The 74 charges, which the Chelsea bad boys. Yeah, we'll talk about that and our cheating ways tomorrow.
We're such an serious club. We get the charges, and literally the next day, here we go, Omega. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
That was already done. We'll talk about Omega too tomorrow. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, there's plenty to talk about with Chelsea. Obviously, we'll probably look at this game in hindsight as well and talk about it a little bit tomorrow as well. But yeah, ladies and gents, we're going to wrap it up because I have to head out as well. Go ahead and copy and paste the raid message. We're going to raid out to Flawless, so let them know where you're coming from. Big up to Surfer, big up to CP, big up to Chris and everyone that joined the stream today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out the links in the comment. Smash the like if you haven't done so already. We're on our way to 5K, guys, so help us get to that 5K goal by subscribing. And if you're a proper casual and higher tier member, you get shout out to the end of every show. That's going to go out to Not Yandu, Morning Zombie, Mo Beta, JBs, Gabriel Mejia, Lanray Sadiq, A. Soliman, EE Dark, and Adrian. Big up to you guys. Always appreciate the support and support of everyone in the chat who is also a member. Yeah, copy, paste the rated message, let Flawless know where you're coming from, and then we'll catch you again tomorrow for our Casually Chelsea show. Have a wonderful night, guys. And until next time, peace.